than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called so you spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
All righty, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Hello, everybody.
Oh, Kev.
Yeah?
Ah, man, this morning started off a little rough when I walked in here.
Why's that?
The witch scared me immediately.
She scared you.
She did. I was walking in, and I guess she sensed that I was walking in. And she just, as soon as I opened the door, she screams in my face. And then I go, ah! I scream back.
That's tough on the ticker,
Well,
huh?
I didn't even mean to scare him. It was just timing.
Okay.
I was coming around to do something over by where you sit, Kevin, and right as I was at the apex of the door, it started opening and he started coming in.
Okay.
And so I was like, fate wanted me to scare the bejesus out of you.
It was just too good of an opportunity
Well,
to
we
pass
were
up.
literally inches from each other's faces.
Right.
I don't scare quietly, man. We were kind of laughing
Yeah.
about how if I ever did really get someone try to murder me, it would be so loud that they probably would be scared.
That's good, yeah. That's actually a good self-defense mechanism.
There'd be a lot of at least audio witnesses.
Yeah.
There would be so much noise.
I think that's actually a good thing. Yeah, I would go too quietly, unfortunately.
You would. You'd be way too quiet.
Yeah, it'd be a very quiet death.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't think you would want to cause too much commotion.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to, put anybody out with my death. Yeah, like, I don't want to inconvenience anyone or alarm anyone. I'm just dying over here. Yeah, so it's probably a good thing, actually.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's good news. Well, welcome to the Monday KVJ Show. You can dial us up right now on YouTube. Go and look for the KVJ Show or go to kvjshow.tv.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Jbird, what you got on your mind here today?
Well, there's another world record that had happened. I forget what it was. There's so many of them. They keep breaking world record after another. And I was kind of thinking about how we try to attack the world record Wednesday. And I think our approach is wrong.
Were you just getting that? Sorry.
What would tell you that? The fact that you haven't had a successful run yet?
Well, that's why I bring it up. There's two world records we sort of have. We have the mask one and we have the popcorn one. They're unofficial. We do have a couple, so let's act like we don't. But we should really try to do a record that's not been done, and I kind of thought it would be a good idea, and let me know if you think this is stupid. If it's stupid, I'll never bring it up again. We had that one person that said they went to so many restaurants in one day, and that was their world record. Well, there's not a record for specifically pizza restaurants visited in one day. What do you think of that? Is that a terrible world record? Could that be fun? How many pizza places could I visit in one day? Nothing's on the books for that.
Yeah, I think you could have a lot of fun with that.
Would you want to be a part of it?
Oh, it sounds like a big day.
It's a long day.
It sounds like a very big day.
It's a lot, and you don't have to eat that much pizza. It's really
Right.
kind of just going there. It's maybe trying a slice.
Well, I think what you need is a camera person that doesn't eat the pizza. They just
Agreed.
film you doing it
Yeah.
and drive you around. Because you're in South Florida, you really could do it because you've got, Palm Beach County, Broward County, you've got Miami-Dade. Like you're going to have a lot of condensed options.
Those counties alone right there, I think, puts me in the favorable category. Because you're right, just in Palm Beach Gardens alone where I live, there's a ton of pizza places. And that's not always how it is in a lot of towns. Sometimes they just got a Papa John's, and that's about it.
Yeah, you're right. And the smaller towns don't have the options that you have of 3 counties.
I get a new pizza outfit. I get a pizza crew with me.
Mm-hmm.
You start off, you probably have to call ahead, get some places open around 6A to get started.
I
Or
see what you're saying.
is that cheating?
I don't know.
Is that cheating if you have places open early?
For you and for this world
Yeah.
record? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
You're doing the work. You're getting up when people are sleeping to eat pizza. I love it.
You really should map it out, though, ahead of time and figure out every place you're going to go and the route you're going to take and the distance between the places.
Well, I want to throw it out there first and just see just what the excitement level was here in the studio.
Okay.
Here with KVJ Nation. Do they think it's a stupid idea? It's one of those things we all could do together if we did map it out, like how we kind of did with Logan a little bit, where people met up with us.
Sure.
We could do it, and I would love some partners. And I'm looking at 2.
Okay, yeah.
It would never happen.
Oh.
Virginia's more likely.
Yeah,
A pizza boy can dream.
that's right. Dream big.
I wonder how many we could get in a day. I think we could get. I think the restaurant record was 68. That doesn't seem like that many.
It doesn't seem like that many. You could probably do at least, I would say, 4 an hour.
Okay.
If you're quick.
4 an hour, 4 times 24. If I didn't sleep and everyone played ball and stayed up
Who
all
needs
night.
sleep when you're talking pizza?
And we're chasing records. We're chasing greatness.
Yeah.
There's no time to sleep.
Yeah, it's a good call.
What's your math numbers over there?
4 times. How many hours are you going to go?
I thought we had a math man on this show.
I don't know. After that last math bit we did, it kind of showed off.
If you went for 18 hours straight, you could do 72 places.
Okay, baby.
All right.
And that's if we only do 4. Sometimes we may get 5 or 6.
True. What if there's a Domino's next to a Papa John's next to a mom and pop?
I do think people would do this with me. KVJ Nation.
Sure.
At least 10 strong would do it with me.
You might even be able to get a tropical RV.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're mixing in the sponsors now. You really could.
You could, and they do like custom logos. They could make a giant sticker on the side of the RV that says Jason's Pizza Challenge.
Well, I suck at world records so bad. This is something I could do maybe and get it done.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. This could be your thing.
Let's stop sucking and let's start winning.
Look, I only thought I was going to eat 30 oysters at the oyster eating competition. I was going to be happy with 30. And then I did 46. Wow yourself.
I want to be honest. A lot of times I'll have an idea, and if I gauge the passion level and it's not there, I'm a punt on it. I don't want to be involved in something that no one wants to be involved with. I feel like there's a couple pizza fish on my pizza
feeling the
pole.
love, okay.
I am. Virginia's
You got some
lighting up.
takers? Yeah. She is.
No one's shooting it down completely. I haven't read the comments yet. I don't think I'm going to read the comments this week.
That sounds sexy. You got a pizza pole?
I do. All right, we'll talk.
Okay.
What do you have on your mind today, Virginia?
So yesterday, it was my girlfriend's little birthday,
Okay.
and so they did a party on Saturday night. I couldn't go because I had a bunch of other stuff. I was booked, but then I said, okay, well, if y'all are gonna do brunch on Sunday, let's meet up and do brunch. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. But I rarely go to Clematis for like brunch on a Sunday. I know it's hopping, I know it's popping,
Yeah.
but I just don't do it that often because it's so tricky. But for my girlfriend yesterday, I did it, and oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it is place after place after place
Oh, yeah.
going off at 1 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
There was a line of about 50 people waiting to get into Clematis Social.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what's going on right now?
No, they get insane. And the one thing that a lot of these towns do, I know that they've got it in West Palm, they do it in Fort Lauderdale, they do it in Delray. They do these day clubs where you go in and they've got the blacked out curtains and it's a nightclub experience in the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday. So they do it in all 3 of those cities, and I'm sure Miami's got its fair share as well.
I've done it before, and it really does screw up your equilibrium when you walk out.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah.
Sunday at 2 p.m.,
Yeah.
and you think it's Saturday,
And it's just
night.
odd being so hammered at 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. You're just like, wait, what's going on?
Every place had
Where
a
am I?
DJ. Lenora's, Batch, Clematis Social,
Yeah.
like everything in the whole street just had a raging party going
Yeah.
on, and it was like noon.
And it's not one of those things where people are just getting their buzz on. They are getting hammered.
You are
Yeah.
I
right.
mean, next level.
Going for it.
Woo!
Yeah, going for it. Yeah, that's
It was
South
pretty
Florida,
fun,
baby.
though. I mean, I gotta say, I didn't stick around long because I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta work tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
I can't. I just can't. I don't know what these people do for jobs, but it doesn't sound like anything on Monday.
You know the trappings out there. You've fallen
Yeah.
into them before.
I've seen the pain, the
Suck
Monday
you right
morning
in.
pain.
Yeah. What I got on my mind here today, I need to make note and let anybody know that if you've ever had a parent pass, that the first year is pretty rough with lots of thoughts. But today is the 1-year anniversary of the passing of my mom from COVID last year. And I will tell you that with time, not that it heals all wounds, but it does make it a little bit easier. And I think you go into a different phase of it. It's in the first year very odd to not be able to reach out and contact your parent.
The first Mother's Day.
Yeah.
The first Christmas.
Right.
It's like, what the hell?
All those firsts make it really often odd. And I will tell you that as I've gotten to a year now, that it's kind of settled in and you've kind of compartmentalized it and you understand what it is. I know, Jbird, you'd gone through this, and you're many more years into it than I am, so I'm at year one.
It also makes you kind of re-examine a lot of things in your own life. It makes you think about your own mortality, especially if it's the first big, loss in your life like that.
Yeah.
It does. The first year is very, very odd.
Yeah, it is. And it is just kind of a note to anybody that does have living parents and grandparents and whatever, that I know it's a cliche at this point, and it's written in country songs so many times. Take that chance to reach out and make sure that you're contacting your parents and spending as much time with them as you possibly can, because you just never know. That's the way life is.
You can say that so many times to people, and they don't get it until it's too late. It's it's an odd thing, man.
I see people have silly squabbles with their parents, and it's so unnecessary. And just honestly, what are you doing? Do what you can, at least for your part, to bury it and put it away and make peace, and go out there and reach out to your parents. Well, if you're looking for something to watch, might be good to go back to a classic, because the movies are a little bit thin now. We're kind of out of that summer blockbuster season. I saw the weekend box office was light, and nothing really kind of blew anything away. It looked like they were just kind of mediocre movies, so nothing you're probably going to love. So Suits on Monday mornings gives you a little breakdown of a classic flick. Which movie did you watch over the weekend, Suits?
So I've been meaning to watch this one for a while. I checked out Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks.
Okay.
And, man, that is a good movie. It's ridiculously long. I mean, you really need to carve out time to watch that thing.
Right.
Well, Suits,
but
war's long.
Yes, it is. Takes a toll on you.
It does. It goes on a while usually.
But, I mean, that is probably top 10, top 15 movie all time that I've seen. It was a solid movie. I really liked it. It's intense. And even though it was crazy long, it didn't feel like, okay, when is this thing going to end? It really kept me engaged. So I loved it. Great movie. I'm so glad I watched that one.
Good.
Suits Rotten Tomato score?
I'll give it a 90, very solid. Could have been a little bit shorter, but like I said, it wasn't too egregious to where you're sitting there like, okay, when is this thing going to end? It was a very good movie. I loved it.
How about the intensity of that opening scene? When
that
they're
opening
storming the
scene
beaches?
is crazy.
Yeah, it to me, and especially I remember I saw it in a theater where you really had that sound.
Oh,
and
wow.
The bullets, just the way that they did that, you'd hear them flying by your head. It'd be like, just imagine being in that and having
grabs
that
you
sound. That
so
sound
quickly
always in
it
your head.
grabs you, that movie.
Well, even if you don't like war movies, the acting is so good in that.
Yeah, I mean the cast was incredible.
Everybody was on point. I mean, it was fantastic.
Okay, there you go. So aged very well. I know, Virginia, you checked out a couple of shows over the weekend. You watched that Manti Te'o special.
I did. I loved it. It was so good. And it really explained it from his point of view, being catfished. Back when a lot of people weren't talking about catfishing, he got catfished hard, and it literally ruined his life. Like, it literally took him off his game.
Yeah.
And I think this person that catfished him is an evil son of a bitch.
Catfishers are evil people.
They
They're
are.
evil.
It took his confidence. It changed his swagger. And you can see the actual progression of his life falling apart from right before he realized he was being catfished till right after. It all happened right around the Heisman Trophy being awarded. Like, the poor kid, man.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for him because people make fun of him. He does not deserve any of the crap that people make fun of him for. He was a sweet, innocent guy that got catfished. Why is he the bad guy? Why is he getting all the hate?
You know how the internet is. You know how social media is, Virginia.
F the internet. Y'all suck.
They chew you up. They spit you out. They try to put you back together.
This kid was on top of the world and got destroyed by a catfish.
And I think what it is people just can't can't understand how that happened.
And that's why you need to watch the special, because when you see the intricate layers that this individual put together and the friend network that this person created, it wasn't real.
People got to realize too, you're watching that story in 2022.
Right.
Back then, it was way easier to catfish people. It just was.
You're right.
It's a different game these days.
It is. Now everyone's catfishing. Even
Yeah.
when there's no catfishing going
You're
on.
instantly suspicious, like when, say, Christian Wilkins reaches out to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, nah, this is a catfish.
Not buying it.
I mean, my dad got catfished by Toby Keith. I mean, after that happens, you think nothing's real, Virginia.
Oh, your dad thought he was going to jam with Toby Keith. That is so cute.
If you haven't seen it, it is on Netflix. You can go and watch it. And they said in a new poll, 33% of people know somebody who's been catfished.
Yeah, and I think those numbers are higher because people are embarrassed to talk about them getting catfished. Seriously.
Could be. Yeah, 9% of people say that it has happened to them, that they have been catfished at some point in their life.
There's a guy on TikTok, and his whole thing is catfishing the catfish. And that's what he does. He messes with all these catfish scammers that like send guys their picture and say, hey, want to chat? It's not a girl who looks like that in a bikini. It's some guy sitting in a call center in Nigeria trying to scam you out of money.
Not always, though. Sometimes there's catfishers that just want to see the world burn. I told you about my one buddy. He got catfished on Valentine's Day. There was a whole thing around. There was a girl on the phone.
Did he ever figure out who that was?
They never figured out who it was, and they didn't want any money. They just wanted to mess with him.
Yeah, it's a sick hobby for some people.
Yeah.
That's how they entertain themselves, is by stringing other people along.
It's really
They get their
terrible.
thrills on it.
It really is
destroyed that
Yeah.
poor man's life.
Yep.
Like,
Absolutely.
And he's so peaceful today. He's just like, I forgive him. I'm like, F that.
Yeah.
I would not forgive him. He would feel the pain.
Did he ever play in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did a little bit. You know,
He
did
never
all
got
right.
his swagger back. He never played again like he played at Notre Dame.
Because he get tackled in the NFL. You got catfish.
Yeah, I'm sure he heard a lot about it.
Everyone heckled him.
Yeah.
He got heckled by everyone. Children laughed at him and made fun of him.
It's still a joke today.
It's still a joke
You'll
today.
see people post stuff up and, you know.
That does
It
suck.
pisses me off because he doesn't deserve any of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he's unhappy on Saturday. His Notre Dame Fighting Irish are taking on the High State Buckeyes in Columbus. So hopefully he's very sad on Saturday night.
Kevin Ralston not pulling for the Irish.
No, not going to be doing that on Saturday. Yeah, football back in a big way over the weekend. I had a great time. We went to high school football games at St. Thomas Aquinas on Saturday, and I now know that there's not a lot of shade at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Oh my gosh, I don't know if somebody turned the sun up, but it was a different level of hot on Saturday.
It was, my gosh, Saturday was next level hot.
Good heavens, yeah. I think my lips got burnt.
You're
that can
I
happen.
I can tell you're a little overcooked
You're
today.
I am.
crispy.
I'm still crispy today.
You look delicious.
Yeah, I'm still trying to overcome it.
You need to hydrate.
Yeah, no, I have been. I've been trying to. And I was out there, too. I was drinking water nonstop. Honestly, I was out there for about 5 hours, and I was drinking water nonstop. I didn't pee once.
Yeah, you need to lay out a big old aloe plant.
Yeah, it was rough, but man, it was a lot of fun. And South Florida looked really good. They won both their games. They had teams coming, one from Philadelphia, St. Thomas Aquinas took care of them, and then American Heritage Plantation rolled all over Los Alamitos that supposedly had the number one quarterback and number two wide receiver in the country. So, boom, they just took care of them.
In your face.
56-27. So, another big win. Miami Central upset number 4 in the country, IMG, on Friday night. So, there was a lot of good stuff that went on. So, enjoyed seeing football back, and the Dolphins, too. Talking about Christian Wilkins. They were featuring him at the Dolphins game, and they rolled on Saturday night, 48-10.
Ooh,
They
nice.
won. Yeah, Tua looked good, and they showcased Christian Wilkins a good bit. He looked good out there playing. Yeah, so it was a great night for that, and got a shout out to the FAU Fighting Owls. They whooped up on Charlotte at FAU Stadium on Saturday, 43-13.
I think this is the most celebrity friends we've ever had as a show. We've got Virginia with Tyler Cameron. We got Kristen Wilkins.
Yeah, we're kind of big time, Jbird.
Vanilla Ice is our friend. Okay. Yeah. Look
good
at that.
stuff.
We're hearing Stallone listens to our show.
That's unconfirmed.
It's unconfirmed, but I love spreading that rumor.
The one thing to pay note with, though, with the Miami Dolphins was kind of mixed feelings on Saturday because it was great to see them win. But right at halftime, the Miami Dolphins announced that their vice president of communications and community affairs, Jason Jenkins, had passed away unexpectedly. And he was just one of those guys. I dealt with him when it came to media and publicity, and he just was a amazing man. And you can just hear Jason Taylor was on the broadcast on Saturday talking about Jason Jenkins.
I've known him for 14 years. He was a lot of things to a lot of people. 48 years old. And my thoughts and prayers, and my heart breaks for Elizabeth and the 3 kids. And it's just, this stuff means nothing, you know? Football is a game. This really puts it in perspective. And we obviously found out right before kickoff. And their job to do, but it's we lost a good one, dude. He was a good one. Just a great person.
Yeah, he really was.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
knew him. Yeah.
What happened? Do you know?
They have not announced the cause of death, so it's
It makes
still
you
a mystery.
want to go out and live life today, doesn't it?
That's it.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Mama, you want breakfast? It's on the bird. Whatever you want. You want omelets? I got omelets.
No. Oh, I ate so much food yesterday. I'm juicing, bruh.
Yeah, that Monday juicing.
I ate all the brunch.
Yeah. Well, Jbird had another very interesting weekend. Lots of fun, mixed in with a lot of calamity. So which of these things did not actually happen to Jbird over the weekend? Did he get hammered on Snoop Dogg's wine and pass out while watching the wine movie Sideways? Did he choke on a large garlic crouton? Did he get an earache after taking a swimming lesson? Did he accidentally buy Top Gun 2 while watching TV at home? Or did he accidentally throw away an IRS check in the garbage? All sound very possible.
A lot if you're not paying attention, Kev.
I am praying it's not the IRS check because that would be devastating. The IRS check, the crouton, it can't be the IRS check. Please don't let it be that.
Okay. I'm going to go with the most basic, and that's just choking on a large garlic crouton.
You don't think I choked on a crouton because you don't believe I had a salad this weekend.
Right, yeah. There's no way. It makes no sense.
Yeah, good math.
Yeah.
Salad and...
Yeah, right. Okay, so Jbird, which of those things actually did not happen?
I did not throw away my IRS check.
Okay.
That did not happen.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you get it, though?
I got one of, the first one of many. So I'm still waiting for, I think, 3 more.
Oh, when they owe you, they pay in installments, but they want all their money when you owe them.
It's insane.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
So that Snoop Dogg wine got a hold of you, huh?
Yeah, I started watching that movie Sideways. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
The wine movie.
It's cute.
It's a very cute movie, and it got me wanting to. I had that Snoop wine at my little bar area, so
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to drink some wine.
Okay.
And it did. That wine, that what's it called? 19 Crimes?
19 Crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a red blend cultivated by Snoop himself.
I felt very classy, but it snuck up on me, and I passed out on it. I
Yeah.
didn't even finish in the movie. It hit me pretty hard.
Yeah, that red wine will sneak up on you.
No kidding. I
you
liked
don't
it, though.
know.
I think I might be a wine person.
You know, actually, yesterday was National Red Wine Day.
Wow.
Yes, I knew I was accidentally topical.
Yeah. So that was a big day yesterday. If you love your red wine, we celebrated as well. And, we'll sneak up and get you. They say that in the state of Florida, when it comes to red wine, Sauvignon Blanc is the favorite wine that
Yes.
Floridians like.
That is the lightest, in my opinion, of all the whites. I think the Sauvignon Blanc are the most palatable with our heat.
Well, if I may be so bold,
Yeah.
it really does depend on the year and the notes in the said grape.
Okay. So snobby of you.
He knows not what he speaks of, but he kind of sounds like he does.
For the Reds, Cabernet, the favorite in Florida, followed by the Pinot Noir.
Oh, you're a Pinot girl, aren't you? You love the Pinot.
I like Pinot Noir. Yeah, it's a lighter red.
So you passed out watching the movie Sideways. You actually did choke on a large garlic crouton.
I was craving a salad. It's like salad, so I made myself a big old salad.
Who are you?
I know.
He's having red wine and salads and so Mediterranean.
Before you get excited, you should have seen how much wine I drank. It was a lot. And then you
Okay.
should have seen the salad.
Yeah.
It was not a health salad.
Okay.
No. But I
Well,
got
thank God.
these jumbo-sized croutons, and I was eating
Yeah.
it so quick because I was so hungry, and I swallowed it whole like a pill.
Oh,
And it
boy.
got stuck in the
man.
trach.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever choked by yourself. It's a very... it's an alarming, alone feeling.
I've choked before by myself, and it is terrifying.
It
Yeah,
is.
right. It would be.
I've choked a lot. I've choked a lot eating food. I've choked a lot on this on the airwaves.
Yeah, just in life. You got an earache after taking a swim lesson?
Yep.
You're taking swimming lessons,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm trying to learn the old butterfly.
Okay.
From what I understand, it's to get you in the. It's supposed to get you in great shape.
Okay.
Yeah, swimming is supposed to be like some of the best working out you can do.
And my dad knows a lot about swimming. He's and he knows a guy that is a good swimmer, and he's helping me learn. But I got a bad earache from it.
Oh,
I got to get
okay.
me one of them caps.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The ear plugs, the nose plug, all that
I
kind
think
of
I'm
stuff.
going all
Goggles.
in. I think I got to get goggles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, look at you.
Swimming is tough when you have girl hair, which you have.
Girl, I know.
Swimming will mess with your girl hair.
Oh, it turns it into that weird skunky yellow.
Yep.
The Florida the water just
Dries it out.
Kev, I could go on all day about my hair problems. Long hair, don't care.
That's why I don't swim. I know it would be great exercise, but my hair is too high maintenance. I can't be dealing with that pool water.
Well, my dad has told me this story about how he went to school with this kid who was really portly.
Okay.
And he left the school year, ended up taking swimming lessons for 2 months, and then came back all ripped. And he tells me that story all the time.
Yeah.
He goes, swimming is so good for you if you have
it
the
is.
patience for it.
Yeah.
Your dad told me he made that story up.
I don't care. If you're going to lie, make it good.
Yeah, it's
I don't
good,
ca-
yeah.
I never care if you lie to me. Just make it believable.
Make it a good, believable
Yes.
story.
It's
Yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah. And how did you accidentally buy Top Gun Maverick?
If I knew that, I would not be here.
I would say that was because of the 19 Crimes of Wine.
Yeah.
I do think that might have something to do with it. But I own Top Gun too
We're
now.
up to 20 crimes.
I was trying to figure out what happened, and about 3 minutes in, I go, dude, wine.
Is it going to save it on your DVR though, and you can watch it later?
Yeah, I have it. I have it forever.
That'd be fun.
Okay. Lizzo wearing a very interesting dress last night at the MTV Video Music Awards. I don't know if you got to see it, Virginia. It was just
I
kind
did
of this
not. How'd it go?
big old flowy kind of a lot of material. I guess that's a
Okay.
good way to put it.
Dramatic.
Yes, it was. So it definitely stood out. Lil Nas X also had a very interesting statement that he wore last night to the VMAs. So fashion was just one part of what was going on. You also had a couple noticeable moments. Nicki Minaj, she was up there getting the Video Vanguard Award. And thanked a lot of people who had passed. People were talking about Cheech and Chong making a surprise appearance. They presented the Red Hot Chili Peppers with the Global Icon Award, a band that's going to be in concert here in South Florida this week. Also, Snoop Dogg was on there. He was part of it. He smoked a joint so massive that it launched him and Eminem into a virtual dimension for their performance of From the D to the LBC. So they were on there as well. And then Taylor Swift made a big announcement that her new album is going to be coming out on October 21st. So that was just some of the stuff that went on. Johnny Depp, as you had talked about in The Dirt, Virginia, did make his appearance. He showed up twice. He was kind of superimposed inside the helmet of a CGI moon man that was floating over the crowd.
Okay.
That was weird, man.
Yeah.
I watched it 3 or 4 different times because I go, does this suck this bad? I want to make sure before I say anything on the air.
Does this make sense?
It was odd, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. I don't know.
The first time he said, I needed the work. And then the second time he said, I just want you guys to know that I'm available for birthdays, bat mitzvahs,
That's
weddings,
kinda funny.
wakes, any old thing you need.
I needed the work is kind of funny, but
Okay.
it's all about the execution. If there's a big moon man floating above the crowd and his face is in it, like that could go either way.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the demo. I don't know.
You weren't overall feeling it.
I think we're aging out of every demo.
I don't know.
Yeah. Just to me, it seemed like the VMAs used to be a lot bigger in the 90s than they are today. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're not wrong.
Oh, you're totally not
Well,
wrong.
I think music videos in general they've lost a step. They used to be big. They used to be more hype around a video. I'm not saying that there's still not hype around videos.
Yeah.
It was different back in the day.
And when kids today think of MTV, do they even know what the M stands for? I don't know if they do. Do you think about music when you think about MTV anymore?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. That's why it almost feels like it's misplaced. Like, why would you guys do a video music award show? You don't play music videos. I mean, if they wanted to do trashy reality shows, they could do that, right?
They do.
An award show for that? That seems to make a lot more sense to me.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, Jennifer Lopez says her wedding video was stolen and shared without her permission. There's a video that I guess is from the reception, and you see like a bunch of people that are there, and you see her with a microphone singing to Ben. And I guess somebody who was there, it looks like somebody in the crowd videoed it and then shared it with TMZ. I'm sure they got paid because TMZ pays for clips. Yeah. And Jennifer put on her own website, I don't know where you got this from because everybody who was there had to sign an NDA. And we told everybody, please let us share anything that gets shared. Don't let it be from any of our guests or workers. But I guess somebody didn't listen. Or do you think she did this purposefully?
I think this might be an inside job, Kev.
Oh, it definitely was.
They are running dangerously close to becoming super annoying again, like they did the first time they were together. I mean, yes, we know you guys got married. Do you have to do it 5 times?
We know you're in love.
I know. We saw the honeymoon. But do you have to go on 3 honeymoons? Like, all right already.
3 honeymoons.
All right.
Is annoying.
I've had it with you 2 already. And I really was happy they got back together.
Yeah.
But now they're pissing me off again.
It's all good. Congratulations. Let's move along.
And this one made me so happy to see. So Bradley Cooper and Irina Shayk have a kid together, but they broke up. And now I guess they're at least maybe dating again because there's pictures of them with their daughter on vacation again, looking like a family. It's got to be so nice for the little girl to see her mom and dad back together again. They have co-parented the entire time they were split, so good for them, and I really hope they make it. Finally here, Charlie Sheen just had to settle a lawsuit brought about by a girl that claimed he exposed her knowingly to HIV when they were dating.
Dang.
She sued him saying, look, you didn't tell me and you knew and we had unprotected sex and that ain't cool. And the court looked like they were going to side with her, but I don't think it finally went to the Superior Court. I think he agreed out of court to pay her. She'll make $120,000 a month, and she'll get 12 months of that.
I'm just shocked that Charlie Sheen's involved in something unsavory and
I know, right? It's a big shock.
the Warlock.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay. Got some celebrity birthdays here. Pretty much just one to talk about. Liam Payne. He is a dude from One Direction. So happy birthday to him, turning 29 years old today.
Did he go solo as well?
Yes, he did.
Did he? Was it successful?
It's been okay. Nobody's been Harry Styles.
So Harry Styles is the Timberlake of the group.
He's but honestly, as far as hits go, there have been, I think, 3 or 4 guys that have actually had a charting hit. So I would say One Direction has been maybe the most successful boy band on the solo tour of anyone that I can think of.
Whoa, that's a bold statement
It
from
is.
a Roll
Well, he's a bold man.
I can back it up with stats.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
have
you can
actual
back it
figures
up
there.
on the dance floor. What?
Oh, we'd like to see you back that thing up.
I've seen that ass.
Oh, yeah. Back up many a time.
Best butt in radio.
Yeah, show me a better butt. I'll sit here and wait.
Okay,
Of
there's
a
a few.
radio host.
In radio.
There's a few.
No.
In radio men in your age group from 45 to to 50.
No,
you
I'll
have
put his
okay,
butt
well,
up
I mean,
against younger hosts too.
Yeah, if you put me in the bracket.
Anytime you say it's the best in radio, it's not saying that much.
No.
Yeah, because most of the guys are dumpy and eat donuts.
Yeah, it's between me and Seacrest. All right, happy birthday to, it says my son, his name is Blake Bazoom. He's turning 8 from Dad, Mom, Sophia, and Amelia. Also, happy birthday to my 13-year-old brother, Dylan. Love Ashley, your big sis. Also, shout out to Ada. Love Christina, Debbie, Janice, and Mary. Got a birthday shout out to my son Mason. Happy sweet 16, buddy. Couldn't be more proud of the young man you become from Mom and Dad. Jimmy sent that in. And then also a shout out to my daughter Kai for her 8th birthday. You're the best, most thoughtful, and sweet animal-loving girl. That is from Michael, Dad, Bodie, Luna, Gigi, and Pop Pop. And there she is with some shells on the shore. So there you go. Happy birthday, everybody. If you want a birthday shout-out, just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. Well, hopefully you guys are ready to think fast. Get that brain in gear.
Oh, yeah. I am not.
All that.
But I love this game so much.
I know. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. It's about getting your mind going here on a Monday morning. Got different topics here. The first can come up with a sensible answer. The quickest is going to get the point here. We got Virginia, Jbird, and Denny's all competing in Think Fast here today.
Yeah, we need to knock the witch off a broom here.
I know.
She's been winning left and right.
You better bring more muscle than Denny's. If the two of you want to go, I'll take you both out.
I agree. I'd say let's bring suits, but we need more muscle than suits as well. To take down a witch?
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
And just know, I'm probably going to try to roll up with the queen.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well,
You
then
don't-
forget it.
The queen don't need no backup.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, what do you got here for this? A word that ends in double L's.
Sewell. Sewell's Point.
Sewell. Okay, yeah. It does. It does. You're right,
Jaybird's
Virginia.
still thinking.
Oh, llama was really tripping me up. It's on the front end.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you have one, huh?
Damn, Kevin breaking brains out the chute.
I just saw everybody like,
A ball would have won.
ball,
Ball.
bell.
Oh, geez,
lol.
Bell.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tall.
yeah.
Instead, we went with Sewell, one
All
of the
those.
odder words.
Oh, man. All right. Come on, Denny's.
Okay. Virginia jumps out to the early lead. All right, next up, a South Florida city that begins with the letter A.
Aventura.
Asteroids.
Asteroids. Asteroids, Florida.
I like
We got
this-
a Jupiter.
kind of like the sound of that.
Okay.
He put the ass in asteroid.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, Virginia out to a quick 2-0 lead here. All right, how about a slang word for marijuana?
Wait.
That starts with the letter
H.
hemp. I mean, we all kind of say.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I guess Bird got that. Is that Bird? Okay, Suits agrees. Okay.
What were you thinking, Ralston?
You got herb.
Hash.
Yeah, hash.
Hashish.
Hashish.
Denny's, I'm sure, could go on a long run here if prompted. Okay, Jbird on the board. Virginia in the lead, 2-1, and Think Fast. Next up, something you can't order at McDonald's that starts with the letter P.
Pumpkin.
Popcorn.
Pumpkin, you're right.
Yeah, you can't eat a pumpkin. Yeah, where are my birdies at? Quack-quack. They're back in this thing.
Okay.
You are back in it, Pumpkin.
Yes, tied with Virginia now at 2 apiece. Sadly, I think Denny's has been eliminated.
Oh.
Stick around, kid.
Okay. A word that doesn't have the letter A.
Pig.
Car.
Oh gosh, what a hard topic.
Yeah.
There's so many.
It's just kind of there, though.
Oh, my God.
Kevin breaks your brain sometimes.
Today's been a tricky round.
Yeah, it has
It
been. Yeah.
is.
All right, Virginia, congratulations. Gives you the win. Yeah. 3-2 there.
I lost a pig?
That was the tiebreaker.
I'll kick you and your little Denny's too.
Gosh. We need to train this week for this.
You know what? Let's train.
We gotta train.
I got to start training.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah,
How
I
are you
was
going to
there.
train for Think Fast?
We're gonna do cocaine in the morning.
Oh, is that okay? There you go. There you go, kids. There's your tip for the day.
Seems like a smart idea. idea.
We're going to mix it with coffee.
Virginia sent me a shocking photo over the weekend. Looky there on KVJ TV.
Who wrecked the car? Can I guess?
You can guess.
Does it rhyme with Magnolia?
It does.
Oh, Mags.
Oh, boy. Virginia, what caused this damage?
So this past week, like Tuesday or Monday of this past week that we just got done with, I went in her room and I said, Magnolia, I feel like you're not taking driving seriously. I feel like something bad is going to happen with you and distracted driving. I need you to pay more attention to the road and put down the damn phone.
Why do you say this? Have you witnessed her?
I saw her do it. Her stepdad saw her do it. I just know that she's not paying proper attention to the road. She's fiddling with this, fiddling with that. I'm like, You're a new driver. You can't be this nonchalant about driving. And I told her that on like Tuesday. She got into a wreck on Saturday. I told her I had a bad feeling something was coming with her and distracted driving. And sure enough.
Bam, you called it. Called your shot.
But thank God she ran into a damn mailbox. One of those big monstrosities that's got a bunch of mailboxes in it.
Okay.
So, the people that live at the place where the mailboxes are, of course, they aren't happy.
Right.
But we're going to fix their mailboxes. She didn't hit a car. She didn't hit a person. And for those two things, I am extremely grateful.
What time of day was this?
Middle of the day.
Okay.
Like maybe I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. It was still sunny outside.
Was she with anybody?
She was coming and going from a friend's house, and I don't think anybody was in the car with her, but she was close to her friend's house when it happened. It happened in the Heights. You know where the Heights is?
Everyone knows where the Heights. They're the best raging parties, bro.
Yeah.
She was coming she was going to or coming from one of her little girlfriend's houses, and yeah, that's where it happened. Now, everybody was cool except for this one lady that came out screaming at her, and then Mag started crying.
Oh boy.
But Mags's dad said that he's going to pay for the damage to the mailbox. I get to pay for the damage to the car.
How much is that going to cost?
That's going to be thousands. Look at that.
Does Mags have to pay for any of that?
I think she's going to have to chip in, but I know she can't cover all of it. We're just trying to decide, when you do something like this as a teenager, should you put it on your insurance? But then your insurance premiums are probably going to double.
Right.
And then for the rest of the time she's a teenager, we're going to pay double for insurance premiums.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be cheap.
Should we just pay for the damage out of pocket and not go for insurance? I don't know. I get to deal with all that today.
Yeah. That is a good question because, I would imagine that would jack things up a good bit.
You're talking to the wrong guy. Last time someone hit my car, I said, you can go. I haven't been dealing with this.
I know.
I
Just go on about your merry way.
I have a dent in my Jeep, and I just didn't even want to deal with it. I'm like, you know what? It's Friday.
You hit the right guy.
They totally hit the right guy. And I always thought a little scratch here and there gave things character.
Now, do you know if this is a true statement? Somebody texted in and said Mags's TikTok is full of videos with her driving, making videos.
Damn! Smoking gun, bruh.
Yeah, I need to go look at that because I can't really see her TikTok. She's got me where I can't see it, but I know people that can see it and they report back to me.
Now, people are asking this question. I think it is a fair question because I don't think either are going to be cheap. The car. Now, you were talking about the nose job and all that stuff like that. That's going to cost money. Does that go in the back burner?
Definitely. Everything's going on the back burner until we figure out how much it's going to cost to fix this car. Like yesterday, she came at me with wanting to order her senior pictures. She took her senior photos.
Okay.
And those things are expensive. I was like, let's just wait. We're not going to make any major purchases until we find out how much damage you did to your Mazda.
So when is she getting the photos?
After I find out how much damage she did to the Mazda.
I mean, that's going to cost, if I had to guesstimate, Kev, we're looking at probably 25.
Did you just call me hun?
Yeah, we're looking at
$25, honey? Is that what you just said?
You got a deal.
Okay.
25 hundo. It's looking like.
Okay. Most people are saying to pay it out of pocket because if you go through the insurance, it'll stay on the driving record for 5 years, and that would be 5 years of added money.
5 years of probably doubling her premium. Ugh.
Yeah.
So what does this cost mom out of pocket? Because you guys come in with all these problems. The kid did this. The kid did that. What does that do to your bottom line? You personally?
You know what? I'll tell you tomorrow because I'm going to go see. I know the guy that fixed my back bumper when the lady backed into me. Super cool guy. I'm going to go ask him. He's got a body shop in Boca. Dude, what is this going to cost me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
these kids are expensive, huh?
Just when I thought I was like, okay, I got a little bit of a cushion. Nope.
People in the chat room are now playing the game. Guess how much it's going to cost to fix it. Some people are thinking it could be up to 45 hun.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
You think it's going to be more?
There's a photo again on KVJ TV.
If it's 4,500, she's not going to be driving for a while. I don't know what to tell her.
Okay.
That's a lot. Is there internal damage? How's the alternator?
That's what we looked at, and supposedly there's no internal damage, but I don't really know what we're looking at.
It might be outer body, Kev. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Interesting to see what these teenage drivers are up to these days.
And her dad is out of town. He's working up in New York. And so he's the one that said he would fix the mailbox. Mm-hmm. But I kind of have a feeling it's going to fall on me. And this lady that was all pissed off yelling at Magnolia at the scene of the accident has my address and my information because she was rolling up like she was a JPD officer. And she's like, I need your license and registration. And Magnolia starts crying and gives it to her. I'm like, why did you give anything to that hooker? No, you give it to the cop and tell that old bat to go back in her effing house.
That seems like good advice to calm the situation down.
I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen.
Oh, what's going to happen?
So, Pete, Magnolia's dad, is out of town. The mailbox is not going to be quickly fixed.
Okay.
This old bat is going to come to my house looking for me to fix the mailbox. When it's not done in a timely manner.
Yep.
And then she's going to start something with me, and I'm going to end up beating her ass in my yard.
The old bat that Magnolia hit the mailbox on?
Yeah. I'm just telling you how this is going to play out. She's very lippy. I guess she's very angry.
Well, she
yells at Magnolia. She's not going to come to my house and yell at me.
But Max destroyed her mailbox.
But you can take things one of two ways. You can come out and be a jerk, or you can come out and be nice. Everybody else on the scene was nice, including the other man whose mailbox it was.
Yeah.
This one lady came out looking for a fight.
How much do you think it's going to cost after you beat her ass?
Probably more than the Mazda.
Wow. Okay.
There's always something going on. It's a question.
Always. There's always something going on.
Always something going on. Fascinating stuff.
Does Max have a job right now?
She does.
Okay.
So she babysits for a family that is very wealthy.
Okay, good for her.
Are they hiring?
Right.
You ever see the movie The Toy?
Not for your type.
It's an old reference, I get it, but hire me.
Hire Bird. He's goofy. He's fun. He'll sleep over.
It's not creepy at all.
I'll dress
They've
up.
got 2 little girls.
Okay, all right.
He calls himself the toy.
Okay.
Hey, little girls, I'm here.
You know what? I'm an adult toy.
Just trying to have some fun over here, and you sickos are making it weird.
You're the one that wanted the gig.
Well, I want an adult toy. Can we get Jbird to come live with me?
Toy. I had to use that reference.
Yeah. He's going to sleep in my room and everything.
Oh, no.
So much fun. So many questions about Virginia's daughter Magnolia's car accident where she hit some mailboxes. Thankfully, it was only a one-vehicle accident. People want to know exactly how it did happen.
Well, I'll tell you what she told me, and I'll tell you I don't know if it's the truth.
Okay, what was her explanation?
She said her keys were on her laptop, and they slid off the laptop and fell on the floor, and she wanted to get them. Her car, you don't have to have the key in the ignition. You just have to have the key in the car, and it's got a sensor where it senses it. But my thing is, so what? Your keys are on the floor. You just leave them there. I wouldn't be like trying to grab my keys. I don't know.
I wish somebody would hit my mailbox because
Let me call Mags.
I want a new one. I want to get an alien mailbox.
I can have Mags over there by noon.
Right.
So you don't believe that she was? So you're calling her into question with her?
I don't know. It just sounds fishy. I don't ever want to call anybody a liar. I certainly don't want to start a war because I'm a firm believer in pick your battles. I just think that this is a lesson, and I'm really happy that it happened to her now, and it happened with a mailbox and not with another vehicle or, God forbid, a person. But it scared the crap out of her. You know, she was still crying about it on Sunday, you know, when we were talking about it. I'm not furious. I'm not mad. Nobody's yelling. I'm just saying, hey, this is a teaching moment. This is maybe your guardian angels trying to show you what the psychic that I took you to last week told you. You need to wake up.
The jury, a.k.a. the KVJ chat room, they're not buying her story about the keys.
It just doesn't make sense because she didn't need her keys while she was driving, but who knows?
If it was a sub, you're like, all right, you're trying to eat your sub, but if it's the keys, you don't need them.
Right.
A crash investigator texted in and said, Virginia, if the cops were involved, your insurance company will already know about the crash. Don't pay for anything out of pocket and just eat the deductible and hope that for first accident forgiveness. Also, if that lady calls insurance, you're also screwed.
Oh, no, we're calling the insurance. The insurance people, they're our friend, and we're going to ask them, hey, what should we do? I called them when that Haitian lady hit my car, and I told them what happened with that. They're very cool. They're very understanding. They're our friends, and I would never try to do anything shady or trick the insurance people. That's not at all what I would ever try to do.
Objection. I would like to at least, was Mags driving alone or was she by herself?
That's a good question. We can ask her. I'm not sure. I didn't ask her that.
Okay.
Sustain, Your Honor.
All right.
Sustain.
Yeah, great questions.
Thank you.
And another question somebody texts in. So is the trip to Atlanta for the Georgia game still on for this weekend for Magnolia?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't cancel. She already got the plane ticket for that.
Okay.
It's already paid for.
Okay. All right.
What about all the spending money when she's there?
She's going to have to come up with her own spending money, which she's got from her babysitting job. She does have spending money.
Okay. Some people are suggesting that you don't fix the car. Have her drive with a dented vehicle.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
I don't know. Like, the cop even said, I don't know if you should drive this car. Like, you may need to just... Because what if stuff flies off of it and then hits some other car on the road? I don't want that.
Okay.
Honestly,
It looks like stuff could fall off of that.
in my experience, if you drive around with a really banged up car, you get respect on the road. They go,
Don't mess.
This man is not afraid of anything. He's gone through something. He's got nothing to lose.
Don't mess.
It's kind of a good move. I think more kids need to drive dented cars.
Yeah, it builds character, right?
It really does. Like, I drove a dented car. Look at me. I'm doing great.
Any damage I did to my car, it was never fixed.
Oh, you're talking about cars that you have they can't even start with keys, and they're too fancy for me.
Okay, well, we've got a lot of traffic issues to sort out in our Call 'em Outs today.
If somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, always traffic problems. Somebody said this morning I was on my way to work on I-95. South, Port St. Lucie to Jupiter. Traffic is going about 75 miles an hour, and all of a sudden everybody slams on their brakes. People are pulling off into the shoulder and the other lane because everybody's riding too close. The reason for this was a state trooper was sitting on the side of I-95 way off the road. So I'm calling out all the idiots that slam on their brakes because they see a trooper or a cop camping out facing the other direction. Stop doing this. It's so dangerous. Or should the cops, state troopers, stop camping out on the side of I-95? If you can't fix people's stupidity, it's going to cause an unnecessary wreck. People do get all crazy when they see a trooper.
Well, because they're afraid they're going to get pulled over, especially if that trooper's got a flat top.
Yeah. Yeah, people will slow down. It'll be maybe, I don't know, it's 70 miles an hour or something like that, 65, 70. People slow down to like 45. I'm like, it's not necessary you go that slow.
It's really not. And slamming on the brakes is such a ridiculous knee-jerk reaction to seeing a cop. Seriously. Just take your foot off the accelerator. It'll have a good enough effect and bring your speed down enough. You don't have to slam on the brakes, you dope.
Those cops, though, they'll throw a deke at you, though, especially on Village Boulevard, kind of by where you're at. They'll have a cop car.
Yeah.
And it'll be there's nobody in it, but it looks like they're just there waiting to pull you over, just itching to do it. And it does. It causes it's defense of the police, I think, right? That's why they do that, to slow people down.
I think so. Yeah, they want people to mind their P's and Q's, and they usually don't do that unless they are threatened with a traffic ticket. Rachel said on Friday, I need to call out the lady that pulled into my lane to avoid hitting a landscaping truck and side-swiped me.
Oh.
But a positive call out was the cop was helpful and cute, too.
Hey.
All right.
Who was driving that car? Was it Magnolia, was it?
Don't think so. Somebody else wants to call out an HOA, which happens very often. Apparently, they were told that they could register 3 cars. They bought a house. And then when they got there, the HOA said, nope, sorry, 2 cars maximum.
Oh.
Yeah, we would have put it off if we had known.
How does the HOA have any right to tell you how many cars you can put in your driveway? We are giving these HOAs too much power. That is effing ridiculous.
Someone got in trouble because they had a flag and they hung it. It said defund the HOA. And the HOA had a problem with it.
They didn't like that.
I love that flag. So many people have sent me that flag as a DM on Instagram.
Well, the HOA, I think they've doubled down on douche. They don't care that they're unlikable.
They know they're douchey, and it gives them more power.
And you'll always get one HOA person email, and I swear, I'm one of the cool ones. Nah. There's a lot of uncool ones, dog.
Yeah. Well, get rid of all the bad ones. There's more bad than there are good, and that's the problem.
I had talked the other day about how somebody was trying to get my wife to pull over on I-95 saying that her brake lights were out.
Yeah, I told Magnolia that story and said, look, they're trying to get women to pull over so they can carjack them. It happened to Kevin's wife.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know what his nefarious end goal was, but just the lesson is, don't pull over for anybody or roll down your windows.
We're pretty certain it was murder one.
Oh, he was wanting to murder and carjack, but good luck. The Queen probably would have whipped his ass.
Somebody said when I was 16, I had somebody tell me to roll down my window because my license plate was falling off. Young and dumb, I did, and the old guy came up, grabbed my keys out of the ignition, and threw them. I'm sure you can imagine what happened after that. Please tell your wife, children, and friends how important it is to never pull over for strangers. That's so odd.
Wait, so
did he think that she maybe cut him off in traffic or something?
Maybe that was his thing,
road rage is real. Seriously, do not put your window down or pull over for anybody.
Yeah.
We have a problem with patience. In society.
Well, people are packing anymore. And I'd seen there was a road rage incident on Palm Beach Lakes road that I drive all the time. And they started arguing for a couple blocks, and one person pulled out a gun, shot the other one in the neck.
Yeah, man.
Like, and then
from one car to the other and got the neck. That's a good shot.
Yeah. And then the person with a neck bullet followed him on I-95.
Damn, with a neck bullet?
After you got shot in the neck, you kept following it?
Right.
That you got balls.
See, I would have drove myself to Good Sam, but that's just me.
Right.
You know you have balls if you chase the shooter.
What are you going to do? You know they have a gun. They just shot you.
I know. Like, when's enough?
That really is road rage.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is next level.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else sent in a call them out. I'd like to call out all the people who go through the trash on the side of the road and tear apart bags and don't put things back, so the entire yard is strewn with trash because they're trying to find treasure. If you're going to take something, at least clean up after yourselves.
Dumpster diving is fun, though, but not when you're opening up the bags. Usually you just drive around to see if there's cool items on the ground. You have to open up a trash bag.
Yeah.
There's only one person that I see on TikTok that does dumpster diving that I would actually do. It's this chick that goes behind Bath and Body Works stores, and she gets all these candles and stuff. It's dry trash. I think there's a big difference between dry trash and wet trash.
Well, I think if you're cutting open trash bags, you're doing it all wrong. There's got to be coffee grinds.
Ugh, that's wet trash.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I need to call out my coworker who had the audacity to eat a damn tuna fish sandwich in my car on our way to a work event. My car still smells like fish. And she also heats up salmon by my desk. No fish in the workplace.
Oh, that's a fish bully.
Crazy. Somebody said, calling out all air travelers for not knowing the ethics of travel. No bully perfume. Too much sucks. Also, the family had a family meltdown in the plane to the point that they went back to the gate to remove them. Please don't do this to everybody else on the flight.
I got called out for being insensitive on the air.
What'd you do now?
I was making fun. I guess I made some comments about Logan, Ohio, and I said that I didn't have any carnal thoughts while I was there. And I've made a couple of jokes about just how they
Were you fat shaming Ohioans?
Dang.
And I was only kidding around. Of course, not all of Ohio is fat, y'all. It's making some jokes. Good gosh. Everyone I met from KVJ Nation was adorable.
Yeah. Okay.
You weren't trying to hump any of them?
I wasn't trying to hump anybody, but I wasn't trying to fat shame anybody either. But I just wasn't very carnal in Ohio. I was very hungry.
Oh, yeah. You had different thoughts. I got to call him out here today. I don't know if you heard this, but Anheuser-Busch is agreed to settle a class action lawsuit because their Rita's sparkling margaritas misled people into thinking they had tequila in them. So people were buying them and they're like, you know what, I've had 8 of these and I don't feel any kind of buzz. What the heck is going on here? So as part of the settlement, you can go to ritassettlement.com to apply for a partial refund. And apparently you don't even have to have your receipt. You can go there and still get up to almost $10 back. Just for no reason. So if you want free $10, jump on that.
The more people ask for $10, though, the more the $10 goes down to 9 or 8.
It also seems like a lot of hoops to go through
For $10. You're hard up for $10.
And then you're a little shady because if you didn't have the Ritas.
Yeah.
And somebody else said, I want to call out my boss for not giving me a promotion. She told me that she would rather see a woman move up in the company quicker than a man. When I asked her why, she went into a weird rant about how women athletes don't make as much as men and how it's not fair. I was confused because my job has nothing to do with women's athletics. I work in advertising. My boss clearly has a problem with men, so I'm calling her out. What the heck?
I don't know. I don't see any problem here.
You may want to leave that job. I don't see any growth.
Yeah.
You may want to go find a different boss.
Yes. Well, we also got to call out people's good behavior as well. I want to call out the original Pancake House. They did a cool thing yesterday. We had walked in. It said that, they were open till 3. It was about maybe 15 minutes before 2. And somebody was like, okay, yeah, we're closing at 2. And my son just wanted some pancakes. And I'm like, okay, well, is that a problem? They're like, did they say you could sit down? I'm like, well, no. And the Queen's like, your door said 3. So we came in and there was a dishwasher that was like, I'm not staying. And so, they kind of give a little bit of toot.
So there was some disgruntledness going on.
Yeah, you could kind of tell they didn't want to have us sit down. And so we felt really bad. And the manager came up. She's like, you know what? She's like, you don't feel that way. She's like, we're open till 2 and you all come in, get your pancakes. And so she handled it very well. So it was nice to see management step up and kind of do that because, look, I don't want to inconvenience anybody.
Sure. How were the spitty pancakes?
I didn't eat them.
What one did you go to? The one in Gardens?
Yeah.
Bro, it's right down the street from me. Next time, just come over.
I know, yeah.
Like,
You would have made me pancakes.
You literally could have farted and I would have heard it.
But that was nice of her, so thank you for that. Somebody else wanted to put a call out for the son, Justin, who passed his state licensing as a civil engineer. So 4 years on the job, so they're very happy for him and doing a good job on that. So congratulations. We got a call him out here. Paisley is 7 years old. She's from Palm Springs. And you would like to call somebody out here today, Paisley?
Yes, he or she was in a black Honda.
Okay.
And what'd they do? They passed off in my school car line.
Well, that's not nice, Paisley. That's not nice at all. You can't cut people off. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Yes, we got to tell people to behave in those car lines. They're
Not
absolutely
cool.
insane. It's not cool.
The kids are watching. Come
Yeah,
on.
It's not. There's so much unlawful behavior in school car lines. It's crazy. They got this thing where with my kids' school, you got to take a right-hand turn to get in there. And so all these cars are lined up to get up there to pick up their kids. People will park their car in the right-hand turn lane so their kids can walk outside the school so they can get out faster, and you think that they're waiting in the line, but they're not. And so people then start zipping around, and then people in traffic are like, that to me is the ultimate call them out. Stop doing that. It's the rudest thing, and you're going to cause a massive accident.
How many people are punching their steering wheels, if you had to guess, in the car line when they are?
Well, it just lends to a fight. First off, it's in Boca. Nobody is nice driving in Boca.
Patience runs slim in Boca.
It does, and it's just such a. And I can't. To me, if I'd say the cops tell people to keep moving. I hate that move. It angers me so much every day. So, and Paisley, listen to her. Poor girl's all upset. People cutting you off. Well, we asked this question on the KVJ Show Facebook page. What is your biggest concern going in on a Monday? And, you've heard of the Sunday scaries where you get that anxiety about the week ahead of you, and any kind of challenge just seems to be magnified when you're looking at a Monday. Jbird has to go and get his arm looked at today.
Yeah, I think I got tendonitis or bursitis in my arm. In my left arm, it's tough to even lift up when I do. It's constantly. It's like a toothache in my arm.
Is that your masturbation hand? Were you really active?
It is my MBH. It is.
Did you have a busy weekend?
Well, no, I've been playing a lot of guitar, and I think and I also fell asleep in my kitchen on the floor.
What the hell?
But sometimes I like to mix things up. And
Okay.
I like to. No matter what I say, y'all gonna think I'm weird.
So wait, so you sleep on your kitchen floor?
Are
Sometimes
you rushing for a fraternity?
Sometimes I make little. Sections in my house.
Okay.
And try sleeping in different areas, situations.
Have you ever tried the bed?
Dude, you got a sleep number bed.
I get it. I know.
You are a bizarre egg.
So you think that might be part of it? You slept on your arm weird?
I didn't feel good after.
On your kitchen floor? What could be bad about that?
As a kid, I used to sleep on the floor a lot, and I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it.
So just kind of going back to your childhood.
If I get bad Charlie horses in my legs, I usually will sleep on the. It's a whole thing. I'd tell you all about it, but you guys would think I'm even crazier than what I am.
I don't know.
I don't know. We think you're pretty crazy.
But yeah, the end of the story, Virginia, is that I think I got tendonitis.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that checked out.
Okay. We got some other concerns. Jamie had said, my biggest concern going into Monday is, will my students and I be able to see the launch from school on Monday? First world problems, I know, but it's been a serious topic of discussion in our class. Virginia, there is a big launch that is going on today.
So I've heard.
She's real angry.
You're not all pumped up about this?
You will not see me looking to the skies at 8:30.
She hates outer space.
I think it's kind of dumb, but what do I know?
Well, it's a big thing. It's a 36-story rocket. Have you heard that? Isn't that exciting?
Sure.
The Kardashians are involved with it. Kylie is endorsing it.
Is Kylie on the rocket?
She's a social influencer for the rocket.
Virginia, they're actually going to do a moon base.
A moon base? You would go to the moon and live there? There's nothing there. That sounds so boring.
Well, it's all about, kind of serving as a base camp so that we can start getting to Mars. So you go there and you build up a moon base.
Oh, they're going to have the Moon Donalds.
Yeah, let me know when they start the build out of Moon Donalds, and then we'll talk.
Oh,
okay.
A big moon? I'll take a big moon. A moon map.
All right, here you go.
Yeah. That's exciting stuff.
There's a big moon.
Kevin, there's a buzz in the office. There's a buzz in the country and the globe about it.
Yeah.
I hate to bring the buzz down, but I just saw on Twitter there's a technical issue and they had to cancel the launch.
Good. They need to cancel it because they didn't cancel the Challenger. They were supposed to. There were calls the night before the Challenger. The engineers were saying, do not fly the Challenger. It's going to have problems. No one listened to the engineers, and we all know what happened.
Is that fact?
That is fact.
Really?
And Big Bird was supposed to be on the Challenger as well.
That I knew. That would have been really bad. If
I
Big
have
Bird
more
exploded.
Challenger
That
facts.
would not have been good.
I think that needs to be a bigger story. They told the Challenger not to go up, and it went anyway.
They
and
did.
It blew up.
That is absolutely a fact.
NASA, maybe listen to the people that you hire.
It's
Right.
blowing my mind this morning. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of shuttle facts.
Wow. Bird. Look at that. Blowing our minds with his shuttle knowledge. So I think they had said maybe the plan B would be on Friday.
Oh, Friday!
I think that was it, yes. The next time they'll have a window to launch. So there you go. So the person who was worried about their class watching it, don't need to worry now.
Let's make this a little bit sexier. It's going to happen on Friday. Let's do a little GCP.
I just mooned you. How much more sexy can it get?
Ain't nothing but a grilled cheese party. Rocket launching.
Yeah.
Let's plan this thing.
Sure.
Let's get excited about the small things.
Let's carb load right before the Labor Day holiday.
Hell yeah.
Other worries going into a Monday. Nicole, she's worried whether the company that bought out the one she works for is going to be laying off more people.
Oh, that is a legitimate fear. That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. And Mary just said, I'm just trying to figure out how I can make a quarter of a tank last until Friday and payday. So,
Girl, I hear you.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Real life problems going on here.
What are you worried about, Kev? What are you concerned about?
What am I concerned about?
You
About
have
you
to-
sleeping on your kitchen floor.
Yeah, you are troublesome.
Yeah.
You got a lot of nerve. Kevin, I'll take it from. I think he's got it together. But
yeah.
you wish you need to look in the mirror.
I'm shining like a diamond over here. What are you
She
talking
is.
about?
Yeah.
Rock
Real rough.
star.
Blood diamond.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, 50 Cent got taken for some big bucks by a former employee who was in charge of brand management for his company called Sire Spirits. So Sire Spirits controlled the distribution of his Branson Cognac and his Le Chemin du Roi champagne. And I guess these are very expensive bottles. I've never purchased any of them, but they're retailing for about $200 and $150 a piece.
Okay.
So this guy Mitchell was in charge of brand management. But what Mitchell was doing was he was going out to the wholesalers and jacking up the prices and getting kickbacks from people and not telling 50 Cent or Sire Spirits about that money. They say he got somewhere around $2.2 million
Wow.
in add-on fees that he was calling agency fees, and then someone threatened to rat him out, and so there was an extortion plot against him, and that's when all of the details came out that yes, he had extorted $2.2 million. I mean, 50 Cent has got to be pissed.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to piss that guy off.
I wouldn't either, because 50 Cent, I've seen him come for people for way less money and ruin their lives.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, this Mitchell Green guy, is going to be liable not just for the $2.2 million that he fleeced, but also attorney's fees, damages. All in all, he now owes $6.2 million back to Sire Spirits.
Wow.
Dang, dude.
That's tough to come up with.
You are going to be in trouble. And 50 Cent is probably going to kill you.
If you had to come up with $6 million by Friday, what do you end up doing? How do you get this? How do you get the money? How do you raise that kind of capital? If you had
$6
to.
million?
If not, you're dead.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I have no clue.
I don't even know. Like, what do I do?
Go fund me. I think
Yeah.
KVJ Nation could get us to about 15,000.
Yeah.
It's a little short.
I think we're short.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne says he's going back to the UK. I know you're a big fan of Ozzy. Kev,
I
how do
am,
you
yeah.
feel about this?
I don't care at all.
He says he's going back. He says, I don't want to die in America.
Okay.
I want to be back and buried in England. I'm English.
What a
Yeah.
non-story.
Is Ozzy preparing for death?
Well,
Non-story, my ass. That's a story. Ozzy
yeah.
thinks he's about to die, and he doesn't want to die in the U.S. He thinks America is effed.
I was only gauging on Kevin Ralston's.
Well,
Yeah.
why don't you have your own opinion?
I do. I think it sucks as well.
Well, I think it's a story. Ozzy's going back to the UK because he doesn't want to die in America.
Yeah, I think it was, kind of a statement, too, just about how messed up America is and our politics, and we're so divided and we hate each other.
That's what it is. It's not that he's on his deathbed. He wants to
Yeah.
leave because of that move.
Right. He hates America. He's coming for America and says he wants to go back to England to die there. I don't know. I thought it was a story, but I guess it's a non-story.
I loved it.
I didn't mean to get in the witch's
Why
head.
don't you just nod and smile? That's how you work best during the dirt.
I
Just sit there and be pretty.
Okay, Kevin.
And finally here, I love Harry Styles. So he was on stage at his sold-out Madison Square Garden show the other night, and somebody in the crowd started chucking chicken nuggets at him.
Chucking chicken nuggets.
So he's on stage trying to sing, and some hooker in the front row is tossing chicken nuggets.
What? Did they get the nuggets at the venue, or did they bring them in?
Great question. I don't know. But they were hitting him nonetheless with chicken nuggets. And Harry identified the culprit, had a fun moment about it, and was laughing about how, well, now we can't eat these chicken nuggets. And the whole crowd was like chanting, eat the nuggets, eat the nuggets. But he said, I'm a vegan. I can't eat the nuggets.
So when you go to the amphitheater, I never can remember. Can you get food during the show?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. They have all kind of food.
They do.
All of these venues now, they know they can charge you $17 for a cheeseburger that only costs them $3 to make.
I always remember. That's right. I would get the arepas out of the amphitheater at the end of the night. They'd have a vendor outside of the venue.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Harry Styles having fun with chicken nuggets and tossing them back in the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
It's time for viral audio.
So hide your kids, hide your wife.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Britney Spears went off in a 22-minute tell-all video on YouTube that has already been taken down about her conservatorship. And, of course, was again railing on her family.
But the whole thing that made it really confusing for me is these people are on the street fighting for me, but my sister and my mother aren't doing anything. To me, it was like they secretly, honestly liked me being the bad one, like I was messed up, and they kind of just liked it that way. Otherwise, why weren't they outside my doorstep saying, baby girl, get in the car, let's go?
Okay.
Yeah, because they were like living off your money because dad paid them.
Yeah.
I feel like the scare tactic and how badly they treated me in the end, I think they thought I was going to come begging back to work again because they thought, I needed them. Because they put me in an ignorant, scared state of mind to make me feel like I needed them. And if you don't do what we say, we're going to show you who's boss. I didn't play their game anymore.
Her commentary doesn't make her family sound very good, huh?
No.
Good heavens. Yeah.
They need to be on Dr. Phil.
That's right.
I don't know. I think, Brittany, you need to do Brittany, and your family doesn't deserve to have you in their lives. I just think that they're dogs.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, her mom, Lynn, was responding to everything she had to say on Instagram, and she said, Brittany, your whole life I've tried my best to support your dreams and wishes.
Whatever.
She had a photo up of her and Brittany in happier times, them looking very nice together. She said, I've tried my best to help you out of these hardships. I've never and I will never turn my back on you. Your rejections to the countless times I've flown out and calls make me feel hopeless. I've tried everything. I love you so much. But this talk is for you and me only, eye to eye in private. I don't know that she's going to get that opportunity, though. So
You cannot say anything against Spears, though. You cannot.
No.
You have to go along with everything.
Yeah.
If you say anything, Virginia, people will be waiting for you at your car in the parking lot.
We all agree Brittany needed therapy. But did Brittany need a controlling conservatorship that crippled her and kept her drugged up? I don't know.
Well, everybody's supporting her with her new song, Hold Me Closer, that came out on Friday, her duet with Elton John. Apparently it's #1 in like 40 countries because she went online and posted a video in a British accent. Hello, Sir Elton John. We are like #1 in 40 countries. Holy S-bomb, she said. So she's very happy about that. So Brittany is riding high. Spent a lot of time on the gram. And then she'll delete the gram.
It's never a good thing to say. It's never a good thing.
You got to screenshot everything, Kev.
Yeah, I guess that's the way it goes. Because if Brittany's gonna drop something, it's gonna be gone in about 10 minutes. So that's why people did. That's right. That's one of those triumphant type of songs. There, I'm unstoppable. You throw that on after a bad breakup and be like, you know what? I'm better off. I'm unstoppable today.
That's a song that TikTok made king.
Oh, it is?
It is, because it was released back in 2016.
Really?
But it's popular on TikTok right now, so it's on the radio right now. TikTok, kind of a kingmaker.
How about that?
Hell in a handbasket. TikTok is bringing Earth to hell in a handbasket, Kevin.
Well, I'm glad we had that song, Virginia, and thank you for your TikTok facts.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here to offer you the truth, and I'm a little skewed pro TikTok.
Of course. We asked a question on Facebook, which is for old people. The petty things that you've done after breaking up with the cheater. And I got some interesting responses here because I guess for some people, just, doing something just makes them feel a little bit better. They want that, and they feel like, you know what? They're not just going to walk out of this without any kind of repercussions. One person said, I told my husband's girlfriend's husband that his wife was cheating on him with my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, he had no idea. And, something like that, I don't have a problem with that because I think they do have a right to know.
Yes.
correct?
Yeah. If they're busting up your happy home, you can bust up theirs.
Totally. You got I think you're fair game to let somebody know that.
Yeah. Somebody else said I went on my ex's Facebook and uploaded all the proof of his cheating to his wall and sent a massive group message to everyone we knew. There was very compromising stuff on there.
Now, I wonder, did that make you feel better after, or in retrospect, did you have regret sending it out? Or do you still stand by going, everyone knows he was a dog?
I think they still stand by it because they just texted in.
That's pride. That's pride.
And it was all caps.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
Somebody else said I took apart all of his Lego sets and donated them to Goodwill. Okay.
Oh, if you're a Lego lover,
that's a big deal.
Devastating.
That's a big deal.
Lego collections are expensive, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else said I used his credit card to buy like 20 huge canisters of shaving cream, and then I filled every pillow and cushion in his house with it until they looked like the same as before. So when he sat on his couch, all of a sudden, poof, shaving cream comes flying out.
That's pretty funny.
That's an interesting move.
That's too goofy for a cheater. It's too pranky for me.
It is.
I don't. You do that to your friend, your roommate, because you're having fun.
Well, if you got rid of the cushions, that would be tough to replace all that.
It would really mess up all the pillows and cushions. It would be. It'd be a big cleanup.
It would mess up all the palos.
It would.
Somebody else said my horrible ex-boyfriend had to run a few errands before moving the last of his belongings out. So once he left, I peed in a cup, I poured it into his bong water, and then watched him inhale my urine. Sweet, silent revenge.
You probably didn't even notice the dope.
That's awesome.
And somebody else said I topped off his bottle of lube with super glue.
Now, you got to be careful. They can get you for a crime on that.
Yeah.
They get you on the crime for the bong water, too.
Yeah, if they know. Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, interesting stuff. People were texting in here.
When you slashed the tires of that one girl you were dating?
No, I didn't slash. That's too manly.
He let the air out.
I'm afraid to slash a tire.
Was she cheating on you? Is that what happened?
She was ping-ponging back and forth between me and another guy, and her car was at the other guy's place.
She was double dipping with a Ralston?
Yeah.
Oh, she was in there getting railed.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
She was getting railed by the guy who could really give it to her.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
He was beefy in the pants.
Oh, you know it. Yeah. And the pain was too much. So I sat there all drunk for I don't know how long, probably 8 hours. Really, the joke was on me.
and she's having the best sex of her life.
Actually, worst revenge ever. It's just terrible. That's why I don't do revenge on anybody. I'm just terrible at it.
I don't revenge right.
Yeah. Somebody else said I blew my nose on all of his shirts in his closet. Okay. All right. That's an interesting move. You'd have to be really sick, though.
Yeah. I mean, how much snot do you have?
Yeah.
Because you're right. I think that's more damaging to you than to him.
Yeah.
Hey, he washes him, big deal.
Right. Yeah, if he noticed, you just do a little bit of laundry and you're all good. All right, anything else to add, you can always get a hold of us, 877-979-WRMF. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we got a Spanish lesson for you. Virginia's going to show you how to choose Bueno from Malo, good from bad. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Do you need any of the good stuff? Or we have all that? We have the...
Your boy Denny's has got the goods today.
Okay.
You might want to go confer
Denny's
with Denny's.
Revenge.
I have good taste in stuff. I loved it on my Jeep.
You do? Okay.
But it's in there. It'll be a little warm, but it'll taste good.
I'll let you and Denny's power on that.
Eating out of your Jeep. That sounds safe.
And that's the good stuff.
The good, that's the treat, huh? Okay, Bueno Malo coming up next on the KVJ Show. Time for another round of Bueno o Malo here today. Good or bad. We got a treat, and we got something that's not a treat.
And it's for the witch, and she needs to go down. She escapes too often around these parts.
I know, yeah. We'll see how well she does. Virginia is the one person that has a little Spanish in her blood.
It doesn't show in this game,
Okay.
though.
It doesn't. Okay. Evelyn is back in here. Hello. How are you doing today?
Hi.
Okay. She's going to be reading off the two different options that you have, 1 and 2. One is good, one is bad. What is option 1, Evelyn?
Okay. Este es un bocadillo de carne que está hecho de carne de res real.
I mean, I would do anything to be able to roll my R's like that. Gosh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Okay. That is option 1. What about option 2 here, Evelyn?
Este es un bocadillo de carne que se elabora a base de pene de toro.
Okay. Are there any key words in either one that is jumping out to you, Virginia, to give you kind of context clue here?
I mean, carne, meat.
Yeah, Yeah, very
You
good.
love meat.
Very
Boca,
good.
mouth.
You love going to Boca. You're a Boca bitch.
I love meat in my mouth.
Bocadillo. Okay.
And the last one, read the last one again.
Este es un bocadillo de carne que se elabora a base de pene de toro.
Pene de toro.
Pene de toro. Sí.
It
Yes.
sounds good.
Is it pasta of the bull? Toro y toro.
Yeah. Could be something. Yeah. Okay, so you got toro in there. Okay, so you've recognized that. So what do you think here? Yeah, you got meat. You picked out carne. You picked out toro.
I mean, they both kind of said meat
They
and
did.
mouth.
I know. That's what they.
So it's just, do I want meat mouth 1 or meat mouth 2?
That's what Ralston does.
Yeah.
He tries to make it similar
Yeah.
but different.
But he's
Yeah.
gotten slicker with his wording, so you really can't guess because they both got meat mouth in them.
Yeah, there's one big word though that is a context clue.
Let me guess, I missed it.
I don't know. I'm not sure you're fully recognizing it. You're sniffing around it. So what do you think here, Virginia? Which one sounds like the better option?
I feel like number 2 is bad.
You do.
I'm going number
What
1.
is it? What is it giving you bad inclinations about option 2?
Something about Toro.
Toro.
I don't know. I can't remember what that is, but I feel like it's bad.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's a great lawnmower.
It is a great lawnmower.
I always go opposite. If it seems bad, always pick the other one.
No, I trust my gut.
Don't. You shouldn't trust your gut. You got IBS.
All
I
right.
take probiotics.
Well, let's go on ahead and strap a blindfold on Virginia, and then we will pop the treat in her mouth, and she'll find out it is a good treat or a bad treat.
Oh, boy.
Here, okay. Are you sticking with your gut, Virginia?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I'm sticking with my gut. Good or bad.
Okay.
Let's ride this pony.
So you are, I believe you're going with option 1. Is that correct?
Option 1.
That's what you want? Okay, Denny's, if you would, put option 1 in Virginia's mouth. And we'll find out what she thinks here. Okay.
I just snapped into a Slim Jim.
Okay. Yeah, can you read again, Evelyn, what that was that she just had?
Please
Option
tell me it's
1.
not dog
Yes,
food.
option 1, yeah.
Este es un bocadillo de carne que está hecho de carne de res real.
Okay, so that is a meat snack that is made from real beef.
Okay.
You chose a real beef snack. Now read off option number 2 again, Evelyn.
Este es un bocadillo de carne que se elabora a base de pene de toro.
Okay, pene de toro. That is very key because that is bull penis.
Oh, my God.
Yes, that is a meat snack that is made from bull penis. So,
Where did you find this, Denny's?
The bull penis store. They opened up a new one on Okeechobee.
There's a bull penis store?
Called Pene de Toro.
Oh my gosh. I am so glad I didn't eat that
Yeah.
D.
So you kind of.
Oh, yeah, she got a Slim Jim. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Virginia always chooses Bueno.
I trust my gut.
It's annoying.
Tune in next week when Jbird chooses something bad.
Yeah, it'll be pig blood and brains or
I say we
amphibian
bring back
claws.
the D. That was kind of fun.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
Evelyn.
you,
Appreciate
Evelyn.
that.
Thank you, Evelyn.
There you go. Very nice job. All right. There you go. Learning stuff. Pene de Toro.
Pene de Toro.
Yeah. Now you know how to say
Toro y
bull penis.
Toro.
Yeah. Oh, they did this interesting survey. You know, there's a lot of talk about are we going to go to different kind of work days, maybe doing 4 in a week. And it sounds like more and more people are getting closer to doing that. They say that 70% of Americans would rather work 10-hour days, doing 4 of those a week instead. 70%.
But then I see people bitching, I don't want to work more than 5 hours a day. That's the new way. I saw an article out in France. That's how they do it.
Yeah. I'd kind of seen that as well, where I think it was 6-day work weeks they went with less. They found that they had more work-life balance. They say 59% would rather work from home than in the office, and 66% would rather work through lunch. Wait, people still get lunch?
Somebody was talking to me over the weekend. They said that they fear that COVID changed them completely about going out now, because their job went from always being out to now always being indoor.
Oh, wow.
And they're saying that they have such a tough time wanting to go out now. People are, the wife wants him to go out, the kids want him to go out, he wants to stay in, he doesn't like going out anymore. And he goes, I honestly feel COVID is the reason why, being locked down, because I don't want to go out there anymore.
Right, just to rewire. Well, it's
Yes.
not only that, there's just, life is crazy. It really is insane. I mean, Aussie's getting the heck out of here because America's too nuts.
Do you think it's gotten crazier, or is that just what everybody says in the here and now? Everyone is always, we're living in the worst time or the craziest time.
I think it's gotten crazier.
You do?
Yeah, I think since the last couple of years of the pandemic and everything, I think it's crazier.
And you think that's because of the pandemic? You think it's the pandemic, the political
It's all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the stew of everything.
I hear you.
People are terrifying. I just, honestly, my goal in life, I no eye contact with anyone. You just don't look at anybody in the eye. I know I got freaky eyes. That
You're actually doing people a favor.
I am doing them a favor.
We have asked you to wear sunglasses.
You're right, though. You don't want to get pissy in traffic anymore because you don't know what's going on.
Keep your head down. Try to get home at the end of the day. That's it. And we've been talking a good bit about that quiet quitting that was going on. It's basically act your wage is another way of saying it. People say don't put out any more effort for a company that is not going to reward you for that effort. It's better to jump around from one company to the next. Well, now apparently there is a new term that is trending. It's called quiet firing. It's actually not a new trend. It's just a new name. It's when your boss makes your life miserable until you quit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not new at all.
Yeah, I was going to say so, but that's the new term that people are jumping on. If you're going to do quiet quitting, well, we're going to do quiet firing. Enjoy.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
So if you want to find Bigfoot, what state would you want to go to for the most Bigfoot sightings, Jbird?
Oregon, I'd go out to Washington, I'd go out to California.
Okay.
A lot of West, but I know the East is trying to get in on that action.
They're like, hey, you're not the only place that's got Bigfoot. Washington, they say, is #1 for Bigfoot sightings, and by a good bit. 708 reports since the mid-90s.
Yeah.
California's second with 459, and surprisingly, Florida is third on that list with 337, followed closely by Ohio and Illinois.
Do they say where in Florida that the most of the sightings are happening? Is it out in the Everglades? Do you know?
I would imagine, but they haven't broken it down.
Oh, we gotta get your ass out to the Everglades with me, Virginia.
I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of fun,
snakes,
doesn't it?
Mosquitoes.
We'll take an RV.
Can you drive an RV in the marsh?
Right to the water, right to the beginning.
Right in the water.
You can stay right at the edge of the water.
You turn around, just see that thing sinking right into the swamp.
Now it's a gator house.
I've never been out the Everglades. deep out there. I'm talking really explore. I would love to go out there, but no one ever wants to do it.
I went to the edge because if you go out to Bednar's, they have a farm out there, west Boynton. The back end of their farm actually touches the beginning of the Everglades. And they were telling me it's like super, super peaceful. They drove me back there and showed it to me. It's like a whole, like a preserve area with like docks where you can go and look out into the unknown.
It's super peaceful when the swamp isn't trying to kill you.
I think the swamp wants to kill you, though.
I think it does.
Just know when you go out there, I mean, the snakes, the gators, the skeeters.
And the Bigfoots.
And the Bigfoot.
Skunk apes.
Does that sound like a miserable trip to you?
Yes.
Going out to Everglades to search and explore.
One of the worst times ever.
But it sounds very Jbird-esque.
One of the worst times ever?
Yes, ever. That'd be one of the worst days of my life. Terrible.
He would bitch and moan the entire time.
I don't think he'd bitch and moan.
No,
you could see it on his face.
I'd be silently miserable.
Silent sad.
Yes, that would be me. They say, according to the Bigfoot Field Research Organization, they've recorded roughly 5,500 credible reports since the mid-90s.
Credible.
Credible.
We're talking credible.
That's what they call them, credible reports, or so they say.
I love it.
The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office released footage of a woman who performed multiple ballet and Irish folk dance moves during a roadside field sobriety test in late April.
She's pretty hot.
It sounds, other than the drinking and driving, it sounds hot.
Other than the drinking and driving, I think she's dateable.
Yeah.
She's actually pretty good looking, and
dateable.
the body looks good.
Yeah.
You can tell she was a dancer.
She's 38 from Madeira Beach. And you need to drive her around because this is her second doing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We call that a pattern.
She's a frisky one.
Yes. So there you go. So it's an interesting video that a lot of people are checking out and apparently finding her attractive.
Those DUI videos, they go viral. And the ones that are the craziest ones is when the cops pull over other drunk cops. And then they try to get out of it.
Okay. Yeah. Got another drunk person on a golf cart. This one happened in Immokalee on Friday night. 24-year-old Alex Acevedo was arrested after he fled from deputies. They tried to pull him over when he was driving with no lights, and he saw him, pulled off to the side of the road. He ditched a glass that turned out to be a beer that he had with him. And they wound up catching him. He smelled like booze and struggling to keep his balance. And if you don't know, you cannot drive a golf cart while drunk. So he got a Dewey as well. Also in the whacked out news, I don't know if you saw the story, you know, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round until they fall off. That's what happened in Jacksonville.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, school bus, the wheels fell off on Wednesday.
Damn. Were there kids on it?
I don't know at the time, but they say it's the second time a wheel has come off of a public school bus on the same route with the same driver, but a different bus. So is this driver like loosening up the lug nuts and then what's going on? That's so odd.
What is going on? The odds of that happening to the same guy twice are like, wait a
with
minute.
different buses, yeah.
It's like
odd.
that basketball coach you talking about that you went to school with.
Uh-huh.
He was filming kids and then he left. And no, it was an accident. He goes to another school and he's filming kids again.
Thankfully, no injuries reported in either incident, but it is odd. They say that construction is booming so much here in South Florida that people are jacking porta potties from construction sites. Somebody caught one on a Ring doorbell cam in Southwest Florida in Buckingham near Naples.
It's shady because as a part of your permit pulling process, you have to have a porta potty on the site to get the building permit.
Right, yeah.
So people that don't want to
Okay.
go buy or rent the porta potty, they just go steal somebody else's and put it on the property and then get their permit.
Wow.
It's
That's what
shady.
happened. It is shady, yeah. They say 2 Air France pilots have been suspended after they got into a fist fight that started after a dispute.
Was this mid-air?
I think it was definitely on the plane. In fact, it was broken up by the other staff that was on the plane. Apparently, they grabbed each other by the collars, and one pilot hit the other. One pilot hit the other one in the face.
Oh, juicy.
Yeah, the cabin crew had to bust up the fight.
A fight mid-air has got to be kind of unsettling.
You think?
Yeah. they said that happened a lot on that plane ride to hell, the WWF. Guys were wrestling, throwing each other into the side of the plane. Doors were breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting in midair.
No.
wrestlers from the WWE fighting for real
Yes.
is horrifying to me.
Right.
It wasn't fake.
Those
It was-
dudes are big AF, and they
they are.
know how to toss a man.
They say a woman was attacked by a pantsless man while walking on a popular trail in Virginia on Friday.
Okay.
Horrifying.
Is he single?
Don't know, because they don't know who he was yet. They're still looking for him. They believe he's done this 3 other times. They say he's white or Hispanic, 5'5" to 5'8", 30 to 40 years old, athletic build, dark-colored headband, and a yellow exercise vest.
Do they have a description of his dong?
That they don't have, because he runs off pretty quick. He apparently came right up behind this walker, this woman, grabbed her around the waist.
Oh, hell no.
And she broke free. She said he took off running into the woods. They couldn't find him.
Guarantee this cat has done something bad.
Yeah, they need to figure out where he lives because he's definitely got someone under the bed.
I think he lives in the woods. I think that is his bed.
Yeah. There's a campaign in Catalonia, Spain that is urging women to swim topless in an ad aimed at putting an end to the sexualization of the female body. Their Department of Equality and Feminism has produced an ad promoting women's right to swim topless in public pools after some complained that they had been prohibited from otherwise going topless.
Well, nobody here is going to prohibit you.
No.
Yeah. The commercial shows a man's bare torso with a superimposed text that reads "The nipple is free," followed by a photo of a topless woman covering her breast with her hands, accompanied by the caption, "This one is not." So free the nipple. In
Free
Spain.
it.
Seems like a good thing for travel and tourism too, right?
Totally.
And a pet supply company is offering to pay $150 to 100 people willing to get tattoos of their own dogs.
I would do
Oh,
that.
You're
yeah.
talking about getting a Chewy tattoo. This might be your thing. You'd get paid. Sounds like $150 for doing it. I don't know if they pay for your tattoo because I think it'd be more than $150 likely.
Depending on how you am, what kind of ink you're going to get, you know I'm going to go big with my ink.
Yeah. So there you go. If that's for you, you can look into that. All right, let's see if anybody's got what it takes to stump the KVJ Show in South Florida trivia. Now, I will tell you this has to be a pretty well-known trivia question. You can't come up with something that's so ridiculously obscure. It would be something that a good portion of South Floridians would know. And if you ask a question that we can't answer, you're going to get Halloween Horror Night tickets.
For example, where did Burt Reynolds go to elementary school? Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like Park Elementary.
Because you've said it a million times.
Look,
Yeah,
dog.
you've been educating South Florida on that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Little piece of trivia there. So let's see what we get thrown at us here. We're going to start off with Jennifer from Wellington. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Good. My question for you is, where is the Witching Wall located in Florida?
Palm Beach.
Boom.
I believe that's correct.
It
right?
is correct.
Where?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. That was a good one though. You got to be a local to know that one.
Oh, I'm a loc, and I've known that since I was 12 years old, bro.
You have, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's not as creepy as I want it to be. I guess when I got
Pretty
there,
creepy.
I guess I wanted children to be in there. I don't know, because
There's like a creepy little door in it
there's rumors.
that looks like there might be like victims in there.
I know why you like it.
I like it because I mean like anything witch.
She's a witch.
It's good for her. Yeah. Okay. We'll go with something murder related here. We've got Rita from Royal Palm. Hello, Rita.
Good morning, KVJ.
Good morning. Let's see if you can stump us here with a South Florida trivia question. What is your question?
Okay, so my question is, back in the 80s in South Florida, there was a very prominent murder case that went cold. What was the name of the person who got murdered?
Well, there's been a bunch of them. There's been a few cold cases.
Yeah.
We're going to hand this over to our official murder correspondent.
Can you give a context clue as to what involved the murder, Rita?
It was a young gay 19-year-old.
Young gay 19-year-old?
I just need more facts.
Because there's just too many answers.
There's a lot of answers. They could be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There was a lot of young gay 19-year-olds murdered?
Try one more context clue. Let's see if we can
Okay,
hone
it
this
took
in.
place in 1984, and he vanished from a club.
And what was the last part?
Vanished from a club. Okay. All right. So let's frame the question like this to make it fair, and that is, who disappeared from I assume it was a gay club, Rita, was it?
Yeah.
19-year-old in 1984 in South Florida, and they've never been found. Do you happen to know who that is?
I have no idea. There's just so many cold case files. I didn't realize it was such a big case.
Mm-hmm. What is the name, Rita?
His name is Jeffrey Hegarty.
Okay.
I think it's an important case. I just don't know if your average person's going to know about that case.
Okay. You're disputing that it
well,
is...
I mean, I think cold cases are tough because no one knows what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But have you guys ever heard of that case?
No,
I have never heard of
that.
it.
But I'm not into murder the way that you are.
I am into murder, and I've
You're
never
really
heard of
into
that case.
murder.
That just proves my point that there's just so much murder here in South Florida. There's so many cold cases, and unless it gets national attention where people are still talking about it.
This is kind of the perfect town for you, though, surrounded by murder.
There's a lot of murder here. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Hold
don't
on real
doubt
quick.
that there's not a lot of cold cases.
All right, that's debatably one that she stumped us on, though. So I could probably be persuaded into giving her tickets. Bird doesn't think that it qualifies. What do you think, Virginia?
That one was a little tricky and obscure. I mean, if
it's obscure,
if our murder expert didn't hear about it, it might not be as mainstream as it should be. Of course,
right?
Anything so horrible should be a name we all know.
Well, if you call in and just start naming cold case files from South Florida, you're
Too broad.
You're going to stump us probably.
Okay. All right, we'll go with Lewis on here from Port St. Lucie. This is one that I think should qualify as a fair South Florida trivia question. What is your question here for us, Lewis?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. My question for you guys is, which hurricane destroyed the Lake Worth Pier?
Okay. That was 1928, I believe. And, oh, man, it killed so many people. They had that mass grave that is there in Lake Worth because of it. And they've got a park. That name of that hurricane, does anybody else know? Hurricane?
1928.
I was thinking of a more recent hurricane that destroyed the Lake Worth Pier.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
It
Kevin,
got taken out twice.
Dang. Okay.
In our lifetime, yes.
Oh, a storm from our
do
lifetime.
you have the year on that possibly?
2004. Well, I just gave it away now.
Boom.
No, well, I mean, you got three. You had Francis Jean and
In Wilma. It was,
Wilma.
It was Francis.
you're going to go Hurricane Francis?
It's Hurricane Francis with so much confidence.
Do you feel like that's right, Virginia?
I mean, he's got confidence.
That's never helps me before.
He's trusting his gut, which we've already established is not a good idea.
Okay.
It's Francis or Jean, but I'm going with Francis.
Tickets are riding on this. Is it Hurricane Francis, Lewis?
It is.
That was a good question, though.
That was a great question.
Yeah, I didn't remember the pier getting destroyed in Hurricane Francis.
To go back, because I feel bad about that one question we did before. Some
Yeah.
people are saying they're Googling it and they can't even find that story. So it's got to be
Okay.
well known.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you're Googling and you can't find it, then yeah, that would not be a.
I mean, an Adam Walsh question would be better because that was everyone knows that story.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. So we've settled that one. All right. We're trying to get stumped here. We've got Kristen from. Oh no, it looks like she's gone. Okay. So I've got still Ann from Loxahatchee with a South Florida trivia question here. What is your question, Ann?
Where is the town Malacha, Malacha, located?
Where is the town Malacha, Florida? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Good heavens. Malacha.
Trick question. It doesn't exist. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
It's probably up if I.
Malacha, I am going to guess that it is West Palm Beach County.
No.
You don't think that's it?
Nope, Kevin's wrong. It's in northern Florida, closer to Jacksonville.
Is it? That's what you think? Okay, do you have confidence? Where's your confidence rating on this?
Gone.
It's a 0.
Virginia, which answer do you think is more likely?
I mean, I have no idea, but I'll go with yours, Kev.
It's got to be west. I just don't know how
It's
far west.
definitely it's west or it's north.
I was going to say Lee County.
Or it could be east or it could be south.
Possibly even north, south, Kevin.
Okay, I'm going to go west. I'm going to go Lee County. Am I close?
You are. I'm not positive if it's Lee County, but it's over on the west coast. Yeah, it could be Collier County. I'm
You
not
got
sure.
it right. You said west.
Okay,
Very good,
well,
Kevin.
I did say Lee County.
Very good. I love how people are calling in.
Where is it?
With facts that they don't know.
Is it Lee
It's
County?
in Lee County?
Wow.
Wow.
Dang.
I looked it up. It's in Lee County.
Wow.
It does help, though, if you know your facts completely if you're calling it. People are questioning the...
I don't know. I think it's, yeah.
They go, 2004 hurricane. Wait, what?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so we'll try one more round because nobody stumped us yet. Fair. So, but yeah, please know with confidence the answer to your question. And it does have to be like a question you could find on Google. Like, again, it's a well-known South Florida trivia question.
What did my dad have back in 1984 for breakfast?
That's right. That ain't going to work.
Your mom.
877. All right. 979 WRMF. You have to be able to construct a good South Florida trivia question, something that is pretty well known. Can't be radically obscure that nobody would be like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, man. That'd be the response to your question, then that ain't going to fly. But if you do have a question that nobody here, myself, Virginia, or Jbird cannot answer, we're going to hook you up with Halloween Horror Night tickets. That is what we have got for you here. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. And, of course, because we have such a hot ticket, people are jumping on some of the other people who are calling in. They're saying, wait, that last question that you said it had to be a South Florida question. That wasn't a South Florida question.
People are so mad at the people who called in for that segment.
They're going to be judging your questions.
They are judging. Like, Tampa's not South Florida.
Yeah.
I never heard of that murder case.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Virginia, they are mad.
I get it.
Because these are really good. It's a good prize.
But they're always mad.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Doris on here from Hollywood. Hello, Doris. Hello, Doris.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay, what is your South Florida trivia question for us?
Okay, what makes Key West the most significant to the United States?
What makes Key West most significant to the United States? Is that what your question is?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know what kind of answer we're looking for here, honestly.
Kind of an opinion question, isn't it?
Is it that military base down there?
You could have 4 different answers for this question.
Yeah.
Last line of defense before you get to Cuba.
Technically, you could say, well, they have a
Southernmost point.
They have a cool bridge that leads to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that that's. It needs to have a specific answer.
It needs to be a factoid.
Yeah,
like,
can you give us like because I would go southernmost point in the U.S., but I don't know. Is that what you're going for there, Doris?
Yes, that was it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We got that one then. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, these questions are.
This one will be talked about.
Yes, it will.
For how badly it's gone.
I didn't know if it'd go well.
It's not.
I thought it.
Look,
it could
sometimes
be
you take
challenging.
chances.
Yeah, you're
Dude,
right.
you know what? Just say what I always say. It's free.
That's right. Okay.
Just like the tickets to Halloween Horror Nights, it's free.
Oh, if you thought the audience was mad about the questions before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try one more here against my better judgment.
People can't believe it. I can't believe how difficult this is.
I really can't either. I did not.
If you have so much critique for the bit and you don't think it's being done right, then you should call in and do it right.
I think I like this question. I think this is a good one. Samantha here from Fort Pierce. What is your South Florida trivia question for us?
Hi. Which Jonas brother lives in South Florida?
Oh,
There you go. Yeah. There's.
We had a Jonas amongst us this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes. Okay, let me see. So you've got I think it's the one that's married to Chopra. Right? It's not Kevin.
It's Nick.
It's Kevin, Nick, and then what's the third?
Joe.
Oh no, it's Joe.
You also have Frankie Jonas, the bonus Jonas,
Yeah.
but I don't think anybody's watching Frankie's moves.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joe Jonas. Does that feel right?
Joe Jonas.
I think it's Joe Jonas.
Nick Jonas is the hottest Jonas.
But I think it's Joe Jonas and his wife live in Miami.
I think it is.
You guys feel that?
You going Joe?
Yeah, I think it is.
I kind of want to go Nick now.
I kind of want to go Nick too, but I don't want to go against Kevin.
All right, well then you guys go Nick.
No,
I mean, you guys rule.
No, we have
I mean,
to decide.
I'm going with
as a
Kevin.
We
group.
only got one vote for Joe.
She does do the dirt of the day, though. She should know
But
that.
I don't. I'm just guessing. I bring this no educated fact at all. This is just a guess.
Final vote on Joe. Jbird?
Joe.
Okay, it's Joe. Is it Joe?
It is Joe. Dang it. I was hoping you would say Nick.
I'm sorry. Good question, though.
That was a really
was
good question.
good.
That's how you do this game. That's how you do this game.
There's one answer and one answer only.
I'm a fan, though, when things don't go right.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Well,
That's what we're used
That's why
to.
you love this show.
I do.
Yeah, okay. Last question. We're going to try to stump us in South Florida trivia. It belongs to Jessica in Port St. Lucie. Jessica, what is your question?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Where is the only place in the United States where American crocodiles and American alligators can coexist?
Oh.
Where in Florida?
Where in Florida? Okay. I think I'd heard this before.
Uh-huh.
Where is it?
Well, I know for a fact.
Bird? I answered the last one. You take this one.
I know for a fact that I don't know the answer. Crocodiles where it gets tricky. 'Cause alligators can be in the ocean. You can see them
Yeah.
every now and then.
Yeah.
It's not as common.
Virginia, I feel like it's your turn to answer a question.
Bruh, I was just thinking the Everglades, but I don't know.
Crocodile, Everglades, swampiness.
It's not. I think it's like a river. I think there's some place, and it's a river, and I'm trying to remember what river it is.
Is it the Gator Crocodile River?
It's not the Suwannee. It is
the Peace River.
Gosh, not Miami River, not New River.
And you're certain it's not the Everglades?
We can go with that, but I don't think it is. I think it's, if I remember right, because I think
It's
I've
a
heard
river.
this. I think I've heard this question.
Kevin knows these kind of facts.
I think it's a river, and I can't remember the name of it.
Swanee's feeling good to you. There's a song.
No, it's not Suwannee, but I can't think of another one. Loxahatchee, maybe.
Loxahatchee.
That's not it. And it's not Loxahatchee River, but I think she's got us.
Well, let's not give up some.
We have to guess something, even if it's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go against Kevin. I'm going
All
to
right.
say it is the Everglades.
You're going to go Everglades. Okay. All right. We'll go with Everglades then. This one's riding on Jbird. If we miss it, you have given away our Halloween Horror Night tickets. Jessica, what is that body of water?
It's the Everglades.
Bird! No way! Oh my gosh. Okay, well, here's your homework assignment then. We'll come back with this tomorrow. So craft your question that would be relatively well known that you would stump us. We got a couple good ones there right at the end, and somehow we pulled it out.
And people are noticing or saying that the witch's wall was a good question.
I thought so too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so
That
we
was.
did get a few.
That was a great question.
All right, so we'll bring this back tomorrow. Work on your South Florida trivia question, something well known. If you stump the three of us, you're going to get those Halloween Horror Night tickets. We've been there, we've done that. So if you are approaching your 30s or in them now, do you feel like this is good life advice? This comes out of BuzzFeed. And here are all the tips that they offer for crushing your 30s. Do you agree with this or not? They say don't devote all of your time and effort to your career. It funds your life, but it shouldn't be your life.
Yep, I'm out this bitch. I'm leaving right now.
I agree with that. You got to have some balance. Otherwise, you're going to wake up and be like, oh my gosh, my 30s, that's my prime. I missed my prime.
I don't know. I feel like my 40s is my prime. Feels real good.
Okay. What do you think about this? They say work out regularly.
Doctors will tell you got to do it. Even if it's just walking for 20 to 25 minutes, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, I would tell you, honestly, I think that's the one thing I've learned with, after having gone to the gym for like 15 years every day. There's a lot of other stuff that you can do that would signify pretty good exercise and moving around.
I think what happens is the same thing happens to me. People put a lot of pressure on themselves to get these big workouts done. Got to do this and got to do that. Meanwhile, we're talking about staying alive, not looking like a model.
Yeah.
You just gotta. You don't have to do that much to keep it up.
I'd rather, and now I'm in a place where I'd rather do an activity. So I'm doing something, because when you go to the gym, a lot of times it's a solitary thing. And some people do love, I just love going to the gym, being by myself for an hour.
Magnolia loves that Orange Theory.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like a
big.
group thing.
Yeah.
She's young. You know what I mean?
I know.
When she gets into her 40s, she's going to be bitter like us.
Whenever I walk past an Orange Theory, all I can hear is them screaming at people. I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know if I can handle all that. It's so aggressive.
Yeah, and you got to pay for that. I'll go home and get that for free.
I know they're going to be screaming the loudest at me because I'm going to be the slowest.
Yeah. Other pieces of life advice for people in their 30s: be with someone who likes you instead of transforming yourself into someone they will like. True.
That is true.
Don't spend years in toxic relationships, even if there's amazing physical attraction and sex. They say, get out. Don't be unhappy to make someone else happy.
Damn.
That's a good one. I think that takes a little bit of time. I think a lot of people are doing that. They're like, oh, I just don't want to hurt them. But yeah, don't be that way. Live your own life. Be happy. Always take chances when the stakes are not high. Failure and learning is a vital part of life. Absolutely. You should be failing a lot and whiffing a lot and hearing a lot of no's.
You should.
Yes.
Failing is what we have to fail.
Yes.
You have to make mistakes.
Yes.
It's a good thing to fail.
Right.
But then you don't give up. You learn and keep doing it, whatever that it is.
I would say the failure and the no's is really kind of like building blocks to success. You keep stacking them up, and the more you do, I think the higher you're going to go and the more sound your foundation's going to be. Wear at least 30 SPF. Don't be the person that settles with 15 because they want a tan. Yeah, I got to start doing the SPF. I know that's a thing. Like, I went out on Saturday. A lot of times I don't like the way because we do the spray stuff. I just don't like the way it feels. Like, I just feel yucky when but I know you got to do it. That's not a good enough reason, Kev. So here
I put
I
it
am
on every day,
Yeah.
and you can find them. I know you like to use a little face cream. You can find like a face cream that is really nice and has the SPF built into it.
Yes, and remember to put it on your neck, because otherwise you're going to have a brown neck and a white face, if that be your color.
I never ever used any of that stuff playing baseball, and I got the crow's feet to boot to prove it.
Okay, yeah, how it ages you.
It does.
Okay, so that's some good life advice. They say don't worry about being behind other people, whether it's personal goals, career, financial, whatever. Everybody does their own thing at their own time and pace. There's not really a perfect time to do anything. Just live your own life.
Live your own life, dog. Who wants to get a pizza with me today? Screw it.
Don't look at me. I'm juicing. I ate so much bad food over the weekend.
Let's get you a pizza juice then.
That sounds repulsive.
That'd be pretty gnarly. Yeah. More life advice for people in their 30s. Take care of your teeth. Floss, brush twice a day or more, and get checkups. Dental work gets expensive later on if you do not.
Amen.
It does, man. There's people just that I know that they have. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
If you're not flossing, what are you doing? It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and you're going to have to fix your teeth, and you're going to have to get those veneers, and it's going to cost the same as a used car.
They say you got to floss twice a day, and they're right, but they even say even if you're not flossing twice a day, just do it once a day. It's better than nothing.
Or do it once every other day.
Yeah.
Just work it in
You gotta
somehow.
work it in.
Yeah. Make sure to pick friends and partners who build you up, not knock you down. Okay. Great advice.
Yeah.
They say pick a career that you know is in high demand and pays well with your hobby in the background. build skills, learn, and make enough money to be financially independent first. Then you will have the money and time to do what you've always dreamed of. What do you think about that advice? Good?
It's kind of long.
It is long.
I think
it had like 5 different thoughts in one, and separated. I think some of them make sense, but some of them don't.
Here's some advice: edit yourself down in life.
And they say travel. Money isn't the constraint. Time is. You might have less opportunities as you get older, so do it now.
That is true.
Where is don't get married? Ever.
Didn't make the list. I don't know. Apparently some people love marriage. I don't know. I had never heard this, and I'm not sure if I actually even believe it, but they say an adult's waist should be less than half of their height. So if I'm 81 inches tall, 5'11", and my waist is 31 inches, I should be good. And according to that, though, I should be able to go up to about a 40-inch waist. That doesn't seem like that would be right.
40 is big.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you're going to get your ass kicked for exposing yourself. It's going to fall right off your body. Their pants will fall off your body.
Yeah, I just don't know if I saw that today where they had talked about that. And it says, yeah, keep your waist to less than half of your height. That is what the guidance is. But I just don't know if that's right. Because what they say is every extra inch on your waistline raises the risk of heart failure by 11%. So I guess that's why the whole inches on your waist is important.
All right, I'll have to do the math on that one during the commercial.
No, oh, boy.
I'm not going to try to do math live because you'll want to fight me.
I'll do math live. I'm kind of riding high on my math.
Okay, Bird.
What's these equations?
Okay, what it is your waist should be less than half of your height. So what you need is, I would assume what your height is in inches overall.
He's 5'2".
I'm 5'11". She knows it. People now come up to me and go, Bird, you're not as short as the witch said.
Okay,
it's kind of working out for me. So go on, dog. Get on the mic. Say I'm smaller than what I am.
Tiny.
Yeah, so you're right with me at 81 inches then.
You're how tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
I feel like you are taller. Give me 80 inches then. Just for the smell of it.
Okay, yeah, and I might be 6 foot.
I think you
sometimes, okay. So I might be 6 foot tall. Okay, so then it'd be 82. Waist size 31.
So it's saying, wow,
your waist should be less than half of your height.
Yeah, that don't seem right.
Doesn't feel right to me.
No, it doesn't. This is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you went up to 40, I don't think it would be healthy.
No, Kevin.
40 is way too big for Kevin.
Kevin would have to jump up at least 3 pant sizes. You got to be 32 right now, right?
31.
Yeah. That's 2 or 3 pant sizes.
That's way too heavy for you to carry.
I would think so too.
You're right. But a lot of it too has to do with your frame. And that's what this equation does not take into account. See, you have a smaller frame, Kevin. You're not as big boned, quite literally, as some dudes out there.
I did my math wrong. Yeah, I did my math wrong.
We did the math wrong?
Yeah, because I just eyeballed. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? No, it's 71 inches. So maybe that makes more sense then.
Oh yeah, people. I'm just now seeing that
Yeah.
we are dumb at math.
See,
Terrible at math.
we did math live, and that's the problem.
Yeah, we have. That's why we have a math band on this show.
It shows we're human.
I should have looked it up.
But
How do
yet
I not know that?
we have a math band, but yet we always still do math.
Don't be so hard on yourself, dog. It's Monday.
Well, that makes more sense. So at 71 inches, then my waist size could go to what, like 35?
Okay, now we're cooking.
Inches.
You could be 34. I mean, if you were
35 and a half.
Yeah.
If you're around 34 to 36 inches, you'd be bulky Kev again.
Right, okay.
You'd be,
I've been a 34 in the pant before.
Because remember, Kevin was getting big, but he's always been obsessed about not getting a gut. So he'd be big in the upper body, but he wasn't trying to get his waist all big. See, I'm the opposite. I get skinny, and then my gut gets fatter. It's like it pushes it out or something.
She's shaped like a pear.
Yeah.
I prefer egg.
Okay, well, maybe I buy into that then. That's an interesting thing. Have you guys ever heard that?
No.
I tell you what, though, if you ever want to get a bunch of people mad, just start saying wrong math equations on the air.
So upset.
You're so stupid.
They are more mad about that than the crappy questions people are asking for the Hollywood horror ticket.
Math ban should be real.
I tried to enforce it, and I didn't even follow it myself.
Aww.
Yeah, she's done it real quick. Yeah, they also say that eating ultra-processed foods could be the cause behind many cases of anxiety and depression.
Wow.
Your fast food, your sodas, your potato chips, candy, pastries that are packed with sugar, processed meats.
And I wanted a Coke yesterday, but I was out. And I didn't have any Coke at my house, and it was kind of late. I got all depressed. I'm like, oh, I have no Coke. It's a vicious cycle, Kevin. It made me depressed.
You were depressed because you didn't have Coke.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It's South Florida. You can find Coke a lot of places.
The cycle's got to end.
Yeah, so they say if you have a lot of anxiety and depression issues, you might want to look at your diet because it could be affected by the processed foods that you are eating.
I totally believe in that.
Yep, it's the diet mixed with your childhood.
And your bad marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not your bad marriage that's affecting your anxiety.
That's what you got to solve. Yeah, a lot of people are focused on the fact that Jbird slept on his kitchen floor. Just a nice little place to bed down and crash.
I'd explain things to y'all. It's only going to make people more weirded out by me.
Somebody actually texted in and said, I just want Jbird to know that he's not alone with sleeping on the kitchen floor. I used to do it all the time as a kid and well into my adulthood. There is something about sleeping on the cool floor with a warm blanket and then the hum of the refrigerator that makes for good sleep.
That person right there gets Jbird. Right there. That person
That's
gets
it.
it. Yes.
Okay.
There's so many other little factors
There you
about
go.
my kitchen that there's an alien
waiting to probe you.
There's an alien piece that I have that lights up, and it's got this cozy light that only hits the kitchen. Sometimes I like a little weird variety.
Yeah,
and I was drunk and I passed out there.
And I love the feel of a cold floor. And I was real drunk.
Yeah. We got an After the Show podcast going to be coming up. You can watch it live on YouTube and also on Twitch. If you do Twitch, go and look for the KVJ Show. Make sure you subscribe wherever you might find it. About 10 minutes away, we'll get to that. Jay, we're going to wrap us up here, though, with his thought for the day.
You want that thought about dealing with stress, or you want that thought about love?
Stress, Bird.
Stress.
Kevin answered awful quick.
Stress, man.
Can't you tell he's a
big-
little
it's a big
under
problem.
the gun?
Yeah.
The stress is the trash of modern life. We all generate it, but if you don't dispose of it properly, it will pile up and overtake your life.
Right about that. That's why I drink.
Yeah, we need to buy you more booze.
Oh, please.
I got wine.
Okay, that's right.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.